Hello, welcome to episode 30 of the Weekend PreGame. We are going with the hard cold open because I couldn't find any random videos of people farting in other people's faces.
This week.
Yeah, this week. There was no farts in the Twitter world this week for some reason. Instead, I got a bunch of other sorts of crap that we will be talking about. We won't be talking about how you can now show your junk on Twitch, and we won't be talking about the White House hiring racists to promote the holidays.
That's a normal thing for politics. So.
Yes. Well, now it's just gotten really blatant and obvious.
What,
racist tap dancers, whoever would have guessed.
You would think they would be at least good racist tap dancers.
I'm not going to say what it just popped into my head because it would give me far too much trouble.
Oh, you can say whatever you want.
Charlie Chaplin pulled it off.
No, my first thought was, are they black?
So I watched that video yesterday, and at first I didn't think anything of the tap dance. I watched it with sound off, and I was just like, "What is this? Like, this is weird." And then I watched it with sound on, and usually when people are tap dancing, it's pretty good. I don't think I've ever seen bad tap dancing before.
Damn.
Yeah.
So that's quite a feat to pull.
Are you saying this was diversity hire tap dancing?
There were white people, not a lot of them, but there was at least one.
Yes, but I bet. Do you think it was a cis white male?
No,
or just
the only white person I could think of walked across the hallway for about half a second.
Well, there was the woman Nutcracker, and then there was the guy that was dressed like a flower.
Dude, she tried her hardest not to just get down.
Oh, that's right. There was the dude dressed as a flower. I forgot about him.
Yeah.
Are there
and then the Mouse King, the Rat King.
Are nutcrackers not like mainly women? Or is there a lot of dude nutcrackers? I'm just curious.
Yeah,
we'll have to ask Dermy. He's not here yet.
You're confusing ball busters with nutcrackers. Yeah. By the way, Dermy is going to be late.
That's what is changing.
He just got home from work, and he will be jumping in because, I asked him to join us because he had a lot to say about the whole surrogacy thing, which we will be talking about because that has been exploding. But before we go into that, Steve, how have you been?
Well, busy. I can't publicly talk about my life.
You know what? We need to get you and Devil Made Me Do It to do like an intro show off.
Right.
That would be fun.
It'd be like talk radio.
So like normally this time of year, like the month of December is just a blur because I'm a Sagittarius and fuck a birthday. It's a birth month.
You a woman too?
Apparently.
Yeah.
Steve,
Don't forget German.
Same thing. Yeah.
Hey, Eva Braun.
But like,
they
no,
I've been dancing at the White House.
I've been super busy. My business is taking off. I couldn't be happier. Things are falling in place, and I don't know how to accept it.
Oh, that's always a bad feeling.
Just do it.
No, it's like everything's good. I just don't think I deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
that's where I'm at in life.
Kind of imposter syndrome type shit. Yeah. I hear you. I thought did you have something to chime in on that, Horror? I know you'd kind of talk about that sometimes.
Oh, I was just saying it's always scary when things are going well. You're always waiting for it to fuck up.
Oh, Steve, well, that's just my MO. I'm a professional. Like I'm on top of the mountain, and then like next month I'm on square one for like the 400th time.
So, Steve, for some reason, we decided to go live, and now you have the echo. Yeah. And we also have Fractured Claws.
Hello.
How's your week been going, sir?
Not bad. Craziness is always for work this time of year, so it's always entertaining. Been slacking as shit for getting like clips and stuff from Saturday Night Sith. I've just not felt motivated to make thumbnails. What can I say? But otherwise,
I totally relate.
It's just like, what do I do for this one? It'll be catchy enough. Otherwise, I've been streaming. My brother and I have been playing The Division, getting back into that comfy feeling. The first game's probably the better of the two, mainly because snow and Christmas.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all she wrote for me.
Very nice. And Brad, how has your week been? Did you make any more Doctor Who videos?
No, I've just been actually too busy with work. I'm actually planning on doing one, kind of addressing the last episode and talking about where things are and where they're going from here.
Other than
so
in the
maybe I'll
bin?
get that done. Don't be so negative. We're going to be talking politics and everything soon. It's what Doctor
I
Who
would
was meant to
rather
be.
talk about politics than how terrible Doctor Who is.
I'm
Oh,
fucking
they're
out.
gonna be doing that.
Well, fortunately,
you're
gonna
gonna be getting that. In
you
the
get
show.
them
Yeah,
both.
you're that in the
Yeah,
show.
You're going to get them both.
One makes me angry, one
Uh,
makes me really sad.
But besides doing work and everything, I was trying to I didn't get into a like Google document or anything for tonight's show, so I just started looking into stuff myself. And given the title, I went to Kids R Us, and it didn't work out for me. The Kids R Us website, I thought that's where babies would be bought.
Oh,
That's not.
yeah.
I was very
See,
disappointed.
it threw me off because I was watching, what was it? I think it was Geeks and Gamer Daily where they were talking about Toys R Us.
Yeah.
And then Kids R Us, there used to be one of those down the street from me. It was like Babies R Us
Yeah.
or whatever.
That is Babies
yeah.
R Us.
Yeah, and it's very deceptive. It doesn't
Yeah,
fit.
they
the
don't sell
title.
cheese pizza. That's weird.
Well, I mean, Toys R Us, you get toys. Babies R Us, duh.
You know who
I'm a bit shocked.
Kids R Us,
sells cheese pizza now?
very surprised.
Wait.
Very surprised.
You can get your cheese pizza from Etsy these days.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
$9,000 or $10,000 pizza.
Via
Okay.
Facebook links.
Excuse me while I do my taxes as you guys talk about politics.
Don't give the government shit.
I had to introduce Steve to the Pizzagate stuff
Taxes.
pre-show.
That pizza better.
Thought you were saving from tax
Ooh,
fraud.
I can't say that. I was gonna say
That's
that pizza
mean.
better suck me off, but that's
Oh,
so wrong.
No, what?
Oh God!
I'm glad.
You said it anyway.
Ooh. All right, just
The
mute.
crowd doing
Just
me.
mute.
I thought I crossed the line.
Well,
Well,
great
just
knowing
saying,
you guys.
dude, like,
Bye.
if you overpay
I-
for anything, it better take care of you. So if I thought I was buying a slice of pizza,
Right, I get it, Steve. I get it.
We need to stop.
Shock, how are you, man?
I'm
But-
good. I'm good. Again, I won't shut up about it. I want to thank everyone for helping me reach the goal to help my dog feel better. She's home. Surgery's good.
Good.
She is so happy and too playful. Her stitches are kind of opening a bit, but it's good to see her be back to normal. But yeah, I got videos. I got a lot of live streams coming up. I'm gonna be on Ballbusters tomorrow.
Nice.
And then this Saturday, we're going to do a live stream on the Studio Ghibli's latest movie, The Boy and the Heron. I thought the ending was a bit controversial, and I thought the movie kind of disappointed me a bit. Even though I like it, I love the movies. But for anyone that wants to join Saturday, 3 Central Time, we're going to talk about the movie. But yeah, DM me if you're interested, and I'll see you then.
Is it Studio Ghibli or Ghibli?
It's neither.
Both are
It's-
technically correct.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think most people say Ghibli.
because I've heard Ghibli. The
Yeah,
whole-
okay.
like,
Even
That's
the
all I've heard.
Japanese don't have a specific way they pronounce it. It's
Yeah.
either or.
okay,
Is it giblets or giblets?
Well, no,
Well,
that's
curry-
giblets.
that's
Giblets,
giblets.
yeah.
it's jiggly like my stomach.
Oh yeah, that was good. Yeah, your stomach.
Yeah.
Uh, And tonight we have 2 special guests because we are going to be talking about things that involve the sexes and whatnot. I figured I should find some female representation, and I asked HorrorAmorata to join us, in which she did so. How
I
are
find
you
it funny
doing?
every time you need the female
Well,
representation, you reach out to me. I mean, granted, I am a female, so that makes sense. But I'm really the only one you know.
So, well, I did reach out to a couple others. They were unavailable.
Oh, I wasn't even the first one on the list. Oh
Not-
shit!
Well, just because
Classy host.
you know what? For that
Wanna
exact
be the
same
first
reason,
on
what
the
you
list,
just
or-
said just now. That exact reason.
Static.
Yeah, I knew
Static.
you were going to accuse me of that shit.
Static.
Well, you did it anyway. Oh my god!
You didn't have to say it.
At least he's
It's like I'm
honest.
just going to admit to this live.
Stop while you're ahead.
Let's go work
Yes.
for Ubisoft.
Stop while you're ahead.
It's time to give up.
Keep digging, Static. Keep
Hey,
going.
look,
I'm enjoying this.
Savage is here because I needed dad representation. All right.
It's
Just saying.
here.
Wait, aren't you a dad?
Huh?
I said, aren't you a dad?
I am a different dad.
Oh.
I am a dad. I'm a stepdad that
Yes.
raised a child.
I guess I've never
Oh.
considered them too different, but
Right, but there is okay, maybe I get a little personal right now.
mm,
There is that difference of like not being there since the beginning. I've known Emmanuel since he was 7.
mhm.
He is now 22. So like I didn't have that whole experience of the actual process of all of that.
Mm.
No,
Okay.
I had a stepdad too. Shout out to all the stepdads. They don't get
Yeah.
any credit and they do a lot of work.
Like I said,
Good.
I've never considered a good stepdad any different from a regular.
Oh, they're rare.
dad.
Don't get me
Let's
wrong.
go.
You're a unicorn, Static. There are not many good
No.
stepdads out there.
My wife's
Ooh.
dad,
gotta go.
the guy that I know is her father. My wife's father actually, he adopted her, but like her biological father, who I've never met in the 20 years we've been together, so he's like gone. He no, that guy was a champ. He stepped in. He adopted my wife and her brother. Like he
Mhm.
was there to raise them and everything else. Like that guy, like that was a dad. Like he did have a son of his own, so he'd gone through the rest of it, and it was a little Brady Bunchy, but his son and my mother-in-law and her 2 kids, they made a family that ended in divorce later when she was in college, but like he was still the dad that was there. He's the dad she remembers because he was there. And that's the like one of the biggest parts about being a father is like you're there for all the shit.
Yep.
Presents.
Just because you provide the sperm to create a child doesn't necessarily mean you're a dad or a father.
Oh,
Yep.
Very true.
Sometimes they don't take ownership of
And-
either.
See,
So
mine
I'd
just,
argue there's a
Yeah,
difference between
weird,
the
you know?
definition of dad and father.
oh,
Yeah.
is there?
I just thought of something
What?
weird. Both Mr. and Mrs. Brady are stepmom and stepdads.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
my.
So now that we kind of hijacked Amorata's intro, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine, thank you. To be fair, I hijacked it on my own, so that's just what I do around here. No, but I'm doing quite well. Pretty good week. Other than getting mad at Lofty last night, but
Oh, everyone
What's
does that.
new?
I checked
Yeah.
out a little bit.
I feel bad for it because honestly, I got mad because I misheard him. So
Oh, okay.
You can't let him be right. What are you doing?
everybody
Everybody-
gets to be right sometimes.
No.
Everybody needs to
Except for
take a 2x4 upside his head sometimes. You gotta do it.
But yeah, so but other than that, it was a good week. I don't like it when I lose my temper. So
Okay, I can understand.
We all have
I know,
Kyle
yeah, I know
moments.
that feeling.
We all
Yeah,
have a
I don't-
dry
I don't
wall
like
that we
that.
punched. It's okay.
thankfully, I don't drink Monster. So okay.
Oh yeah.
And then our other special guest, Mr. Professor Savage Dad. By the way, I have these people's links in the description. Feel free to go and sub if you aren't already. But Savage, are you ready
Yes.
for the holidays, for Christmas yet? You look like you might be ready.
The tree is up. I've gotten 1 weekend in of Christmas decorating out front. I'm not done yet. I've got a couple Lego sets built. I have some things that I can't. I'm trying to see if there's any children out here printing in my trailer. I'm hiding a 3D printer that Santa's leaving because he couldn't finish the Christmas gifts, and it's currently hiding in my trailer while I print them some presents. And then yes, I'm planning.
Nice.
I have a little plan to catch Santa as he breaks into my house, that criminal, on Christmas Eve. I'll be
and steal your cookies.
Exactly. There'll be a live stream up waiting for him to break into the house. So look for that on Rumble and YouTube the night of Christmas Eve. We'll catch this guy this time.
I'm trying to find something here that had to do with Christmas decorations since you brought up the outdoor ones. This one right here.
Oh yeah. I'm not even close to done yet. I have way too many of them. I go a little hard on Christmas. I'll be up late obviously putting presents out. I've got 2 trains to set up and then a Lego train and a Lego Christmas village to build and set up. It's a thing. I go to bed at like 3.
It's dad season, baby.
Oh my God.
Dude, this is like dad holiday Super Bowl time.
Did you guys see this one by chance?
Mm-mm.
I mean, this kind of thing comes out all the time. But I was
What the?
This is
I was just
awesome.
thinking about
That
the
is wild.
size.
That's really cool.
Is that like on a roller coaster or something?
It's on I bet it's on.
You
Whoa.
can kind of
wire.
see there's
It's
like a
wire.
stick. There's like a stick
Yeah.
that's doing it. They must have a massive backyard in order to do that as well.
Oh yeah.
Imagine the
'Cause
I
light
was
bill.
thinking that
all the-
same thing.
Let's go all the
The
way
energy
down and
bill
then
for that.
coming
Jesus
back
Christ.
right at the other
dude.
Well,
side.
you integrate
Looks
some
cool,
solar there, and you could
Oh my
probably run it
God.
okay.
You
Oh, yeah.
can't store
It's
solar,
still
though.
expensive. My neighbors
Yeah.
used to do a big light display like that, and they would ask for donations.
Oh geez.
Oh yeah.
I've never heard. I've lived in places where people have done big light displays. I've never heard of that.
Well, once we go all coal and once we get rid of coal and just go solar and wind, we're not going to have this.
No, you
anymore.
won't be able
No.
to unless you put up your own generator in the
We won't have
backyard.
lights at night.
They'll take that away from you. You're breaking. It's probably against the law.
Yeah.
My bill does go
It
up.
probably is in England.
Yeah.
For my moderate display gets a little bit more of a bill, but I have whole home solar, so I never fill. I live in Arizona, so I make more power on top of my house than I need.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get in on that before they changed it all, where they would pay you for it?
Literally at the last month I could possibly fucking get it original. So yes, I am grandfathered. My power bill will not change for another 13 years now.
You can't
Nice.
move either.
True.
Yeah.
I wouldn't sell this house. My mortgage rate is too cheap. Have you seen mortgage rates? these days? They're
fair
insane.
point.
Yeah.
I would not want a mortgage right now. Oh my god.
There's an amazing meme that's going
love-
around Instagram.
I love our 2.7%.
Where it's like the kids from Revenge of the Sith are going like, but Lord Skywalker, there's too many of them. Whatever shall we do? And it'll be like the American home buyers, and then it shows Sith Anakin, government raises interest rates.
Yeah,
Called Bidenomics. Stop. It's working.
Bidenomics.
it's called central
just
banking.
Oh, someone
It's
put
working.
Biden as Sith Anakin Skywalker.
It's Bidenomics at work, man.
Just wanted, but he wouldn't kill the younglies. He just sniffed their hair.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's all he did.
Make it
I'm sure.
happen.
They probably just want to be killed at that point.
Oh yes,
Oh no.
Doing them a favor, then. Yeah.
that's epic.
Horny
Hey,
Alf.
Horny Alf, how you doing, sir?
Hail.
What's up, Horny
Hey.
Alf? Hail, sir.
Hello there.
I will be joining him Sunday evening for some party animal shenanigans.
It's always a good time.
Nice.
That game's so ridiculous.
It's a lot of fun.
Oh, my kids love that game.
I gotta get it because it's on sale right now.
Yeah, you should.
It was $20 to begin with, wasn't it?
I'm
Yeah.
a baller on a budget.
Okay, all right.
Jeez, beat the poor guy.
I
up
just
over
don't know
here.
what kind of sale they would put on it.
I don't know, but I'm taking
Free?
advantage of it.
I think it's free on Game Pass.
You can get it on the
Other
Xbox Game Pass, not on the PC Game
On the
Pass.
PC Game
Oh,
Pass.
whatever.
Yeah.
And hey, Real Wade Gaming,
Hey, wait.
he's on the Clips channel today.
Hmm.
So no one here watched Leave the World Behind. I've watched it. I've actually watched it 1.5 times.
I'm sorry.
Well, just because I would go back and like watch certain parts just to kind of like.
Was
Did
it
that
bad
really-
funny? Because I can laugh at a really bad movie and enjoy
Hey,
It's not bad funny. It's
Ah,
cringe.
it.
It's
Dang it.
like
it's just bad.
I don't think it would be like on the level of say like a Robin the Hood or
Oh, that was so funny.
like
I liked the scene where the Teslas are just driving into each other. I thought that was funny.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Wade has been killing it in subs this year.
Mhm.
So let me pull
Nice.
this up here. So this is the clip that kind of brought this movie to everyone's attention, right? Like everyone's seen this bit here where Marsha Ali is laying in bed and that's his daughter here.
Yeah, I was gonna say make that
Yeah,
clear.
that's his daughter. There's nothing weird going on, although they try to make other weird things go on.
I think in the book though, it wasn't father and daughter. I think it was husband and wife. is
Oh,
what I
really?
understood.
Because so like this is about the end of the world, right? And the mom, the
Yeah.
wife for this family is actually on like a business trip in Monaco or some shit when all this happens. So
I may
like
be wrong.
like they very faintly like touch on her just being possibly dead. Like but so we'll watch this here.
I'm asking for you to remember that if the world falls apart, trust should not be doled out easily to anyone, especially white people. Your mom would agree with me on that.
Now, if you haven't seen the movie, now, okay. So, from an outsider's perspective, if you change that line to say anything else but black people, like you're going to get into some shit.
Well, thank
right?
God they didn't.
Right.
The same thing that's kind of like currently happening on campus.
Mhm.
And well, everywhere. I
Anything
sent a
else?
clip of a former NBA player to Shock yesterday making a joke about this one particular NBA player, Draymond Green, that's just going around taking out all the white people. And he made a joke about that. And it's like, it's funny, but in this day, if it was on the other, if the shoe was on the other foot, it wouldn't fly.
Actually, I was looking into that. He wasn't talking about white people. He was talking about European basketball players.
Yeah.
I did not know that. Yeah.
Which are going to be
gonna be
white.
the
for
white
most
Well,
part.
no, because there's the Giannis is Greek. You know, he's
They consider
is
that
white.
white.
Yeah.
whatever.
Well,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
he's not white. Giannis Antetokounmpo is not a
Yeah,
white man.
no. He's so good.
Well, you know, it's not like Charlize Theron. She's African.
Or Elon
technically
Musk.
speaking.
So
Oh yeah.
African American, Elon Musk.
they put this line right after the part where Marsha Ali, that's his name, right? The guy who played the guy who was
Mahershala Ali.
awesome that I can't even remember this character's name in House of Cards. I love him in House
Oh
of
yeah.
But he had just kind of like reconciled with the supposed racist of the film, Julia Roberts' character. And now his daughter's like saying this shit. I can't imagine this ever being okay for any other circumstance. And it's just blatant propaganda. Like, I wish you guys had seen the movie. There's a lot of other weird shit. Did you guys see the QR code thing?
No.
No.
No one's. I haven't heard
Tell us
anyone mention
about
that.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is this?
I haven't heard that either.
When I saw that
Creepy.
clip, I saw the Teslas attacking.
Yeah, I
each
heard the
other.
Tesla one.
I mean,
So-
Brahma both thought
It
he didn't
actually-
say anything.
The novel says older black couple George and Ruth. So in the novel, it's a husband and wife.
Oh, okay. Oh, this was the book adaptation was done by the guy who did Mr.
Yeah.
Robot. And I love
Oh,
the
whoa.
first 2 seasons of Mr. Robot. I can't say I remember much past that. I don't even know if I finished
Yeah.
it. But you guys didn't see
Yeah, I
all
went
the
off the rails.
QR code craziness.
No, I haven't
Nope.
seen that.
This sounds really creepy. I'm really.
I'm curious,
interested.
though.
Yeah, I'm
This
very
was a
curious.
This was a map that they were showing of like the power outages, the internet outages and stuff.
Mhm.
And probably can't see it too well in how this is. Let me
No, I can see it right there in the middle.
Yeah.
there's a little QR code right in here. And then there's they've got some other pictures of this here in this tweet.
That's
that-
holy
Oh, there
crap.
it is.
And so like
Okay.
I didn't
I
see it.
tried to that one wouldn't read. I
That one
tried
wouldn't,
to like use some of my AI programs that I had to pull up what they were linking to, and supposedly this is what it links to. Some other people were saying, yeah, the ending was weird, but like the message behind the ending So like, there's this girl who's obsessed with Friends. Does anyone care if I spoil this shit?
Nah, go.
No.
Oh,
So there's this girl who's
Oh my
like
God,
maybe 12,
no.
obsessed with Friends, the TV show.
It's a lot of
And-
12-year-olds.
Yeah, and she just wants
Really?
to watch the last episode of Friends. And so at the very end, when everything's going down, like there's really not a whole lot happening except everyone's lost and no one knows what's going on. As she ended up in some billionaire's house where there's like an underground bunker with all this food and everything, and they've got all the DVDs. And she just goes right back to her life because she's found a place where she could just watch Friends. It's very weird, and then just abruptly ends, and that's that.
Hashtag relatable, I guess. That sounds boring.
Hashtag physical media.
Yes.
Yeah, they had a massive DVD collection.
Physical
this is
media
where-
matters.
This is supposedly, I was not able to do this myself because I could not clean the image up enough. But this is the website where
What?
Supposedly
I feel like I've seen this before.
that
Do they
QR
sell
code.
cheese pizza?
No cheese pizza.
This sounds familiar for
Yeah.
some reason.
So yeah, this is the Lake Shawnee Abandonment Amusement.
This looks more well produced than the actual movie.
Damn.
That's because it's an ad for Mercer County.
Well, it's for the
That is so
for the
bizarre.
amusement park.
Okay.
Mhm.
There's something unnatural about Mercer County attraction. The Native American burial ground, violent deaths, freak accidents. Who knew a simple amusement park could have such a dark past? Explore this crazy, maybe cursed land. One of the world's most haunted places. Arrange a private tour. Blah blah blah. You know the whole pitch. Oh wow, that's like not zoomed in at all. But so this is apparently where the QR code goes.
I
It's
would
like-
rather watch that movie.
I kind of want to go here.
Yeah,
Like,
that looks
I do
fun.
too.
It's like
Dude, I want to go do
Looks
a
like
photo
Blair
shoot
Witch.
there.
Like this is super cool.
so interesting.
Check it
Like
out.
Priapot, right outside of Chernobyl.
Mercy. All right, we'll see you in a bit, Matt and stuff. Thanks for stopping by.
Later, Meta. Hey, Jack.
Hey, Jack, how you doing?
What's up, Jack?
Hail, Jack.
So yeah, I kind of want to go to Lake Shawnee amusement park.
It looks fun. I think it looks cool.
Cool.
You could get some
Oh,
great photos there.
Not
Is it
creepy
like
at all.
closed off and they charge you to go see it? Like,
Oh, yeah,
who made this
definitely, 'cause
website?
That's what they were saying up here, wasn't it? It was like, yeah,
But like,
arrange a private tour, join paranormal
Okay.
investigators. Yeah,
oh, okay.
so yeah, you probably can't get in there.
But why would that link to this in relation to the movie?
I don't know.
I have no idea. I think it's creepy as hell.
I think it looks awesome. So
It looks cool, but I mean, it's still why put a QR code in a map?
Maybe this is
The
where
QR
Obama
code's
lost
right
his
over where
virginity.
that's located at too.
No, that was
Oh.
Kenya.
Or this
okay,
is where he
you're
got
trying to
AIDS.
kill me?
He was visiting his father's grave. What are you
Oh.
talking about? He did that. It's in his
I
book.
know.
What are you implying?
I'm just laughing.
Yeah, this is where Obama got AIDS.
Wait, he has AIDS?
The QR
Oh,
code.
that one picture's
Over.
really
That was
cool.
the
Only
big
if those
Mike.
letters that he wrote to his girlfriend are true.
That one's really
Well-
cool.
That is
We'll never know.
cool.
The chef
Wait.
is dead. We'll never know.
You can
Exactly.
go camping here. I guess that kind of makes sense.
I would totally.
See,
camp
I see that Ferris wheel, and that reminds me so much of the pictures you see of that city outside of Chernobyl.
there. Mhm.
You know what?
Yeah.
That might be why it looks familiar.
It kind of reminds me of The Last of Us.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, realistically, it reminds me of every zombie movie ever.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
just gonna
fair
say.
enough. The
I'm
overgrowth.
sure
I
they've
was gonna say-
made
I was
many
gonna say The
movies
Walking Dead.
Is that where Joel got killed by the dude? Oh,
I don't know. I never saw.
They're
that.
gonna
Only
they're
heard of it.
so gonna rewrite that in the show. They are going to rewrite that.
I don't think so.
I think so.
yes, they are, because
I-
Pedro is the it guy right now.
Well, here's the
Pedro's
thing.
everything.
Pedro literally has died in every role he's played.
Yeah,
He's
kinda
never
set up
lived.
for it.
Yeah, he
Kinda
also
set
like
up for it.
Or he's not even in the role anymore.
Yeah,
He's
Or
just a
there's
voice
that.
actor
He is a
sometimes.
voice actor. I would bet that they're gonna rewrite it. Like I really do.
you know what? I was kind of thinking that when they first announced the show, I was like, this guy's got a name. But then also, like, he doesn't mind passing the torch and just leaving the role.
I think
As long as he gets paid for it.
Yeah, dude, I would love to die in every because when you're in a TV show that's like 8 seasons, you're really committed to like a 9 to 5 job. But you're in for a season, you die, you get your money, you're out.
Well, and then more to the point, he will still have flashbacks and shit. Supposedly to act in, so it's not like he'll be totally out of the season.
That's true.
What the hell is this you're sending me?
Like
Savage.
It's a place along the Salt River. Another interesting
What's
place.
going
I
on
wanted
in
to go
Steve's
take pictures
world?
at.
Yeah, what I hear Steve's on the phone. Tell him to chill out.
That should be his name, Steve's World.
That's the channel.
We're all in his world.
That QR code is right over where the location of this is.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Because it's over in that like Louisville,
It's in West Virginia.
Kentucky area. Yeah.
It's in West Virginia, and the QR code's right over West Virginia.
Do the
wait.
filmmakers have a connection to that area or something? It's just odd that it would be there.
Yeah.
I'm still going with my theory.
So there was that, and then so like there's a lot of people, especially with the Civil War trailer. I'm guessing everyone here watched that.
Yeah.
The trailer, yeah.
Yeah. Now I did watch most of the midweek hump last night. And I unfortunately missed the end. Well, no, I was kind of done and needed to go to bed
You
anyway.
didn't miss anything. You're fine.
But
Now I'm intrigued.
there's a lot of talk about the Civil War trailer. As a matter of fact, like I didn't save the tweet because I just went straight to the video. But everyone's talking about like preemptive programming and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a very good conversation on the midweek hump in regards to can we just let it be a movie, right? And let me get this off the screen. And I think that that's fair, but also I think to like the Civil War's trailer looks good. I enjoy it. I'm curious to watch this movie beyond that, but also I think it still very well could be full of propaganda, and especially after watching this last movie where they're talking about how they would go about ending the world. The last step is a civil war.
Brahma said this was basically, or the Civil War would be a sequel to this because he has seen this movie, so he had things to say. He didn't say anything about the QR code, but now I'm wondering if he even saw it.
But did they make the whole California-Texas Union thing make any sense at all?
No, first it's a Western alliance. They call it. I saw that in an article. So it's 19 states in that area, and Texas and California the biggest. Their alliance still makes no sense unless it's like Austin is taking over.
Already a story you can do. It's called Fallout New Vegas.
But the other thing is, welcome, Dermy.
Hi, Dermy.
Hi, Dermy.
But the other thing is, the movie's stuck in the notion of a 19th century civil war. And civil wars today, other nations, when they have civil wars, are not the same. People in Syria, it wasn't like war all the time. People were doing things, living their lives. It's just like certain areas. The Egyptian revolution, people were still doing things while the revolution is going on. So the whole idea at the end that like the Western nations, the Texas, California alliance are going to take out DC, there's no purpose. It's a decentralized government anyway. The same reason that J6 would never have toppled the government, for God's sake.
Yeah.
These storymakers have an idea that is stuck in 19th century, and that's the only way they can explain it, because that's what they think it is. Like, oh, this is hot and sexy. And guess who all the protagonists? The protagonists are the journalists. They're the true heroes.
Oh, God.
Because they're the ones driving the narrative today. All the journalists are driving today's narratives. Sorry, activists. Sorry.
I thought you were, You look like you were going to say there's something.
Journalist.
No. I'm
Pretty sure they wrote the script too.
I wonder if Tim Pool's going to get residuals.
So okay,
He should.
So, like that's the thing
He
is
should.
That's the thing is it's a movie and you're.
Ooh, is that the one with the butt?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Don't they all have the butt?
No. Oh, I thought only.
Yeah,
some did.
all the drunk 3PO, the Canadian Bear ones have the butt.
Oh, good.
Mm-hmm.
I have a butt.
But I think you're absolutely
No.
right. Like the idea that
Everyone's all too aware, Jeremy.
for some reason in this country, well, I mean, for an obvious reason in this country, when people talk about Civil War, they just think drawing lines down the middle of the country.
Yeah.
Don't know where they would have gotten that idea from, but
I unmuted you.
That's fine. I just want to say, in relation to the movies, the Civil War trailer, it's nice to see Kirsten Dunst doing work again, but
Do we
she
see your
still played
titties?
Peter Parker's, Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker, and I won't forgive her for that.
You won't forgive her for what?
And I'm pretty sure that she, being a journalist, is taking pictures of Spider-Man for Jake Jonah. Fuck that.
He can't hear you,
Very
guys, so he couldn't answer your question. They want to
Very
know
true.
what you can't forget Kirsten Dunst for.
For leaving Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man.
I know what he's talking about.
For what's his name? James Franco.
John Jonah Jameson. John Jameson.
Oh,
Yep.
JJ's son.
Oswald.
Yeah, Oswald.
No. She was in Spider-Man 2.
Osborn. Yeah. She
didn't leave
Harry Osborn and
they flirted, but MJ was going to marry John Jameson, the astronaut.
Yeah.
Yes,
in Spider-Man 2.
Jenna Jameson.
She was going to marry Jenna Jameson, and that was going to be in Spider-Man 4, which Sam Raimi decided not to do for some reason, because that would have been awesome.
Thank God
That would have been a good one.
I think everybody would watch that movie.
I'd watch it.
Just knocked yourself there. Now I know you're.
I may or may not get to watch it a lot. I'm pretty sure there's a version on it on something called The Hub.
I'd be okay with that MCU movie.
Hey, Paul.
That's fine. That's an MCU I could go for.
Hello, Mr. Hadouken.
Hadouken.
You can't. You have to say it that way. This is kind of instinctual.
Hadouken. Yeah, it's like Tourette's.
Yeah. Hadouken.
God, I just saw the
Man,
Chris
Steve
Cuomo
looks
interview
really
with the girl
good
with
tonight.
Tourette's.
Jeremy
It
Simpson's
is the best
coming
I've
out.
ever seen him look. I'm not going to lie.
He looks much younger too.
Yeah.
Like he's not about to go and get AARP money or something. I just love this.
I'm
Steve
not
is
sure
like
where we
15
draw the
years.
line on
Steve is
things, so
15
I'm just
years
trying
younger
not
than
to
me.
say too much.
I just love. I don't know.
You sure?
He finally looks his own age.
Steve is like 35. I'm 50, for God's sake.
Oh my God, he's 35.
He'll be 36 on Monday.
I hate to
Oh,
ask, but did
geez.
he do
How
math?
is he not that much older than he's not that much
I think
older than me? Oh
yeah.
my God.
He's done stuff.
No.
You'd have to
is
ask
my little
him.
brother.
Yes.
Lots of.
Steve is my little brother.
Steve's the
We-
star of the show.
Steve, Static is actually
He's never
40.
here.
He's acknowledged that.
Given
Steve
Given
is
where
35.
He'll be 36 on Monday.
That doesn't help.
I know.
Steve, I'll be 51 in a month. It
I'm-
doesn't help.
I'm older than him,
right
and I
now.
get carded before he does.
Listen.
I
guys.
got carded in August. For God's sake.
I got my 41st birthday.
Twice.
Don't do drugs. Don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs.
Don't do
Oh,
that.
and you're a lawyer, huh? Pipsqueak? Okay.
Does he forget to moisturize?
Yeah.
He
was
does
making
work out.
fun of
So
me
he
the
works.
other night for
Sarah-
doing my
Steve has worked
Arizona.
skincare,
construction in Arizona,
and I was
for-
like, "This is why I
Yeah.
look
Ooh,
younger
yeah.
than you."
And
But
meth
yes,
in
there was-
Arizona. Let's not forget that.
there
Plenty of it
is a
here.
lot of meth in
Tons of
Arizona.
it.
There's a lot of
That's
all the
you know
things in
that's
Arizona.
a lot of people in Florida have the same problems. They work outside a lot, and there's a lot of meth.
Yep.
Same
Hanging
Kansas.
around.
And if they're missing limbs, it's freaking gators. You know, I mean,
At least in Florida. In Florida, it's humid, so you don't
Meth triggers
moisturize as much. Your skin. Is
Oh, it's even
naturally moist
worse.
from the-
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is true.
but
You don't have to moisturize nearly as much in Florida because it's like it's raining there all the time.
No, but they have
Mhm.
dinosaurs.
The moisture.
They do.
Moisturize me.
I was so upset when I went there over Halloween last
I
year.
love it.
and I was just drenched in sweat the whole time, and I thought I was going.
Oh, you kidding me? It was wonderful. It's great.
No, I thought I was going to nicer weather, and that
It was nice. It was October. What are you talking about? It was wonderful.
Orlando was fantastic in November.
I went there 2 years ago. It was quite nice.
I haven't gone yet.
Has it been 2 years now? I thought it was just one. Shit, I can't keep.
No,
track.
last year was the meetup because that's when we all met at Orlando.
Yeah, it was last year.
Was it last year? Oh my God! Wow, time flies.
Everyone keeps.
It seems longer, doesn't it?
It really does. I thought for sure it was the year before.
Did we lose someone? Oh no.
No. Jeremy stepped away apparently.
Okay.
No, I'm here.
What
I'm just
is going on now?
That was weird.
DW. I keep thinking Doctor Who. Sadly.
Nose ring? Is that what's going on here?
Nose ring? Oh, maybe. Let's all watch the nose ring application.
It's a lip ring. It's a lip ring.
Okay.
She's like, Mom, help.
Oh, come on. If you can't do it yourself, you don't need it.
She couldn't find the hole.
Oh no.
The top and the lower ring got
That's what
caught
she said.
together.
Wait, there's a hole?
That's what Steve says too.
There's something with that camera that can't stop making inappropriate comments.
Let me sniff the hole.
Till you find it.
I can always make one.
Oh no.
So now to continue on with like this predictive programming, preemptive program, whatever the hell you want to call it.
Stupidity.
We've got this, and this was from last February, where the WEF is doing cyber attack drills, just like they did pandemic drills before.
And then we had
wasn't Y2K a thing? I mean,
I remember Y2K.
Yeah, I remember it too.
And I had more toilet paper than anyone had during 2020. After Y2K. My mom was on that toilet paper shit before it was cool.
I mean, I'm just like cyber attacks. So we're going into Y2K. We're revisiting. We're even rebooting freaking events. All right, great.
Can I ask a serious?
Well, except Y2K. Anyone in the know knew Y2K was a bunch of BS. I don't know why. Probably just one of the battles he chose. But like, my mom was a little nutso about the Y2K thing, and like, it didn't make any sense from a computer standpoint. Like,
no.
It was weird.
As the youngest individual here, did people gather up a bunch of toilet paper as well during Y2K? Because I was
yes,
we did.
Why?
1999 was going to be the end.
I
of
was
computers.
told that they did.
Why are these two apocalyptic events that we've had in our modern lifetime? Everybody decides, hey, you know what's really important and valuable? Toilet paper. What?
Because if you don't wipe your ass,
remember-
it gets really uncomfortable.
Do you
This
remember
thing's
on
called
Spike
leaves.
TV? On Spike TV, they interviewed people on their bunkers that they bought, and they did like cribs, but with bunkers. For
Hey,
I think I remember that.
Yeah,
actually.
it was great.
I think I
I'm not
remember
gonna
that.
lie, there's a place around here that does bunkers and everything like that. I kind of want one.
I would love one,
Yeah,
but
dude, a bunker.
Yeah,
is
I'd be.
cool.
I mean, who wouldn't?
I could
Jeremy
stream
Wormy
out-
streaming bunker.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, exactly. See, Alf knows.
Content bunker.
So and there's actually you can buy these, the washcloths wipes, like specifically made for your ass on Amazon and shit. Like,
Or
you
just
have-
use a hose.
I mean, there's plenty of ways to wash your butt. But the average human is not particularly intelligent. And
Yeah,
I
that's
hate to tell
true.
you this, is you got to take the dumbest person you know and realize half of everybody's dumber than that.
Oh my god,
Very
half of
true.
everybody's dumber
Oh.
than me.
That's what
and
I'm
then we-
saying.
I saw this-
separate.
Sorry, guys. I saw this video of this teacher. She had these two balloons, and she put like Nutella between it, and she was teaching the kids how to wipe their
What the-
butt. She goes,
Because
you
parents
keep
is not
wiping.
teaching them.
You keep wiping until it's clean. You don't see anything left.
I would rather have that than gender studies.
Yep. It needs to be taught. It needs to be
I'm
taught.
trying to cut back from the
You
drinking.
had to choose.
I'm trying to cut back from the drinking. I had a wild
That's
night last
depressing.
Saturday and
I
everything
do
like
that.
that. And you tell me this, I kind of want to start drinking again.
You know what the scary thing is there are kids out there who can't read or wipe their ass.
Well, I can't
that-
read, but I can wipe my
man.
ass.
That's on
We've-
the parents. Oh my god!
We really
They're on the
Imagine
parents,
not teaching
technically,
your
if you
kid how to
ask
wipe
me,
their
but-
own ass. There was a joke on.
Oh, no, dude.
Big Daddy.
A great movie.
Dude, it's messy and it definitely takes time, but that's no excuse.
No. And you're
That's
hurting
what
the
she
kid.
said.
You're hurting the damn kid if you can't teach him that.
We've
I don't know
fallen
if I
so
was ever-
far as a society that we've
I don't know if I
gotten to
was ever
such a point. My
properly.
God.
But you want
Okay,
this is
not to derail your stream static, but you heard Biden say that he wanted to add 4 more years of schooling to education, 2 years of preschool, and 2 years of upper education.
because the
bookmarked
children
your
belong
tweet
to
on
each
you how to
other.
wipe your ass.
Whoa!
I bookmarked your tweet on that because I wanted to look into that because that
Yeah, that's been a
really
thing for the
gets me
past few
going.
years.
I
They-
hated school, and I think school's fucking pointless.
Well, it's the
and-
whole
Oh,
this.
fuck that.
It's this whole idea
School
that
isn't
the
meant
children
for
belong
boys.
to the state.
Well, it's
Yes.
the idea of it takes a village to raise a kid. I mean, a village can help, but no, you need a mom and a dad, or well, 2 parents at least to raise a kid.
They don't care
Mom and a
about
Dos
ADHD or actual mental illnesses because some people just need to start working because
Mhm.
they can't sit down and read and learn something. They have to do it with their hands, and
Yeah.
that's what's beneficial for them. But that's not profitable through the state's point of view.
Well, it's also
yeah.
not how they can. They don't teach children. I am one of these people that learns with my hands. My primary learning modality has always been tactile. They don't teach that, like, they're not
That's what I
geared
say to women.
children who work that way. I've said that to my wife multiple times. Sometimes it flies, sometimes it doesn't. This is, but either way, they're not equipped to teach children this way. So they just don't, like, they never knew what to do with me. And I had shitty grades my whole life, but now I've got like 4 degrees. So
Yeah. But they don't care about that. They don't care that
No.
some kids learn through doing and other kids learn through reading, and they don't care because their intent is not to create people who can learn. Their intent is to create people who go out and make tax dollars.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah,
cubicle men
jobs,
truly
tech
do
industry.
learn by doing. They can't sit there and actually look at it. They have to go to the
Mhm.
thing and start doing it, and that's how they learn. While the inverse is true for majority of women, they can sit down and read a book and learn that way. It's
They need to have more
It is.
boys'
Yes.
schools. Boys
Yeah.
can't
Yeah,
be
women
sat
learn
in a
differently than
classroom
men.
and just sit, listen. Boys need to get up. They need to move around. That's all I have is
You
boys.
seem
European.
you're implying a difference between the male and female. I want you to be
How
aware
dare
you're
you.
taking that radical
There
statement.
is now there are girls too
Brad, I'm
that
too sober for
need to
this.
get up and move around too. But for the majority of men or boys,
That's right. They're
they need
trans
to-
boys.
they need to, they need to
They
get
need
up.
to-
They need to move. They need to go. They can't be just sat. You can't expect a little boy to just sit and be quiet.
The majority, it's the same way. Majority of little boys need to get up and move around, and majority of
Yeah.
little girls need quiet time to focus.
Yep.
Let's
I
be
mean,
real.
there are obviously people who fall in the in betweens on
Wow.
both sides,
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
but
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
And then ADHD is, for girls.
Yeah.
I'm really having a problem with this anti-science discussion right now, guys.
Yeah.
I just want to put that out
Do
there.
any of you have a
Brad, I
bachelor's
usually
in
have a
biology?
whole lot of respect for you.
No,
right
I
now.
just
I'm
have
too sober for this.
opinions based off of children I've worked with. So
Brad, have you even done a land acknowledgement yet? I mean, really? How can you sit there on stolen land and talk to us like that?
I am not. No,
Acknowledge
this is not Seminole
the land
Tribe.
that you
This is
stole.
not Seminole Tribe land. I know where that is.
Listen, I don't know if I live on former tribe land or anything like that, but if I do, all I'm going to say is I got it fair as fucking square. I conquered it.
Wow.
Keep what you
Wow.
That's right.
I didn't know we had a colonialist here.
In this
I'm
weird
not a
instance,
colonialist. I was the
Wow.
one that succeeded in the world.
I would just
I did what I
remind everyone
want.
this is the season of giving, not taking native land.
we just
fuck
all
that,
heard
they should have fought harder.
How?
Jeremy is declaring
No,
war
I
on the
have
Comanche right now. I just want everyone to know that.
Hey, it's not my fault they have
My
bows,
sister-in-law's
arrows, and I have a
Cherokee,
gun.
dude. Stop it.
Good for her.
Hey, I
I'm
might
trying.
be
I'm just trying to figure out how
Cherokee, I don't
people
know.
do this
Listen,
and
there's
mean
a
it.
little
Because
bit-
in my mind, I'm like, this is stupid shit. to say.
There's a little bit of
get it
Native
all.
American blood throughout my family. You know, we don't ask where it comes from. We just
So-
know that we have good land.
There's some quill feathers on Jeremy's family tree.
We helped settle Kansas. I'll just say that, and we have some native blood.
I mean, we have
I just
native
lived
blood
there
and
for a
we
little
helped
bit. That
settle
was all.
Montana. So
You know, just do the math.
So the comment
I live in
about
Arizona. We took all of this.
Right.
The
and
comment
making
about
fires. with
Wow,
help
Al,
I
that
know.
is against history. We know that everyone was peaceful and
Yeah.
loving
They made
There was-
fires
until
out of
genocide
There was no
came.
sexual violence. There was
so many
nothing
different-
before the white man.
No conquering until
Listen,
Columbus
I've been-
came and gave small pollocks.
I've been dealing with stands all
Was
day.
that
Yeah,
Columbus? I thought that was someone else.
Columbus started germ warfare. What can I say? He knew
That's
how to
true.
do it.
I thought it was someone after Columbus.
He did it
Thousands
before
of
the
years
Chinese.
before they even
Made it
knew what
cool.
germs were.
Columbus
so-
came here. He's committed genocide, and then we invented slavery here. That's how history works.
Yep.
Right.
Columbus did
Never anywhere
COVID-19
else.
before the Chinese.
All those
Yeah.
well-paid
No!
Jews that built the pyramids. I mean, come on. That's,
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
That's how.
I'm sure they had
that's why so
retirement
many-
plans and
Well,
everything.
that's why so many Jewish people are involved in banking these days because they have all that money from building the pyramids when they were well paid.
That's where they got all that hidden money. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought that's where I thought that was because of the Nazi money.
No,
What?
that's money that the Nazis took from them.
Yeah, they took it
That's
all.
just George Soros.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'll be right back. Keep.
George Soros is Jewish. I understood.
Static's channel.
Anti-Semite.
The only sin that Columbus did was bring the
You-
white woman.
I've
'Cause even
got
the
other things to
Indians
talk
didn't
about
want
that aren't going to help with this either, so it's all good.
Honestly, let's be honest. Columbus's greatest sin is not knowing geography since he thought he reached India. So
Right.
That's true, yeah.
It's like, how confused do you have to be to get off a boat and look around and think, oh, yeah, this is India?
Well,
hey,
Yeah,
see,
to be
you get
fair.
degrees.
this is the early days, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
In the early days, they
Hilarious.
didn't know that there was actually a landmass over here. They never really talked to each other. They never
I mean,
went up and decided.
We didn't
Well,
have
the
they didn't have the
Vikings
internet
did.
then.
Why
Or
didn't
did
you
they?
just Google it?
But I mean, it's not like nobody had ever been to India when he got here because people had
Yeah,
gone
Marco
overland
Polo.
route.
Yeah.
Marco
Well,
Polo
dude-
had been that way at that point.
Yeah. So
But Marco Polo went around. So
he went
didn't
around Africa.
Yeah, he went around Africa. This was them trying to find a new way to get to India,
Mm-hmm. That's true.
and then they found the Americas.
Well,
Oh,
but in
that's
fairness, he wasn't even the first person to ever get to America.
That's right. The Vikings.
Well,
supposedly.
he never
Went-
actually
and
made it
also
to
the
North
Native
America.
Americans across the land bridge.
Mhm.
Columbus was
Mhm.
also down at South America, so he
Yeah.
never made it to North America.
Yeah,
To be
yeah,
fair,
West
he was just
Indies.
trying to make Columbus was trying to make a team bonding experience with his crew and happened to land in America. Bros is out being bros.
Yeah.
What can he say?
Right.
What can he say?
Exactly.
Guys,
Alright,
we all
boys.
got screwed.
We're
Let's
gonna
band together and
trade.
find some
Bring
place.
up
all-
team
it's all like-
morale, guys.
We're gonna go
It's
trade
early-
all the white women for brown women, and we're all gonna bond together.
Yeah. Instead
Hey,
of,
if it wasn't
instead of like
for-
Star Trek Bros in Space, is Bros on the Sea. Come on.
Bros in this
Bros on the sea.
seaman,
Okay.
bros.
Rose at sea. I watched that. That sounds
Okay,
like
naval
a reality.
This is why
TV
everyone
show.
says the
I'd
Navy's
watch it.
gay, right? Is this
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Well,
This was,
Well,
this is where
that's
it
spending
started.
long amounts of times with just other men. I mean,
Well,
Holes a
Why
hole.
they mistake
they're-
the manatee for a mermaid.
Well, that was also because of.
Oh, she was
scurvy.
voluptuous.
That's a big ass mermaid.
Hey, you don't touch the manatees down here. They are protected
Listen, when
beings.
you're
I would say, aren't they protected because they're like not many left?
They're going
Yeah.
extinct. Yeah. Sad.
because they
Yeah.
got fucked too
Oh,
much.
I'm not going to say what I was about to say.
Yeah.
Fuck.
The
got
seaman boys
STDs.
got them.
They don't.
Listen, when you're drunk on a boat, you're going crazy because of scurvy. You see something that's not a man's ass for once in your life, you're gonna take it.
Like I said, a hole's a hole.
Logical, so logical. I appreciate that, Dermy.
I've been dealing with stands this whole week and everything. They're helping my channel grow, but some of the dumb comments I've been seeing.
And
I
you've
mean, to
been
be fair,
on-
you put yourself in that situation.
I was gonna say.
To be fair, you're only seeing the Twitter ones.
Well, yeah, the Twitter ones, the YouTube ones, they go out of their way. And actually, you know what? Even in the Twitter ones,
You weren't the only one, Dermy.
I stopped.
Brad
Don't
should
the
hide his
populations
DM.
overlap
hey,
there?
you know what?
I'm just saying. There's an overlapping population there.
Brad, how about you go and test the free speech on Twitter with that? So that way, people here watching can follow you on Twitter and see the shit
I will
you
get
say.
so many more follows. in a certain
Yeah,
day.
but manatees don't have a self-deleting thing. That's kind of
That not
Well,
entirely.
yeah,
Hey.
they go into propellers.
They're kind of
40% of manatees swim into boats. What are you talking about?
I'm proven wrong. What can I say?
It's a
Never
terrible
mind,
crisis
Brad,
down
you're
here.
right.
Into the boat.
You're right.
40% of manatees.
I just realized I don't have to
Cutting.
I don't have to use a certain word anymore. I'm just going to say manatees.
There you go. There you go.
Man with teeth.
Hey,
There you go.
hey, there you go.
You know what manatees haven't done? They haven't shot up a school at least.
Oh,
But,
You don't know that.
There's
They don't feed the fish.
those rich white whales deserve.
Wait, are you saying that manatees do not have Second Amendment rights?
Absolutely.
Everybody has a right to self-defense, even the manatees.
Yes! Eat the blubber.
Oh my god.
I love the scandal while you had it. I know. You should, for your next thumbnail, just put a manatee.
Oh my
Maybe-
god. I
maybe
have
a
to do
little
Doctor
rope.
Who.
Oh my god.
I still have to do a Doctor Who one.
maybe I worked that into the logo for the show.
Your next opening sequence should just
Manatee
be a manatee
Rose.
swimming into a boat.
Oh no.
Oh, Brad, we're brave. I have another Doctor Who video for
Stunning and
tomorrow.
brave.
I might be stealing that idea.
All the manatees are stunning and brave.
All of them.
We can say it. No one know what the hell we're talking about.
I know.
You created our own self meme.
I'm seeing the thumbnail right now.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
I'm just going to Google manatees and get images.
Oh,
We need
God.
manatee.
Oh.
Just don't type porn after it. We'll be good.
Oh.
Oh,
That
not
might
all
already
horny
be
out
Jeremy's
here.
search history.
No, that would be Alf and Cloud. Wait, no, Cloud's always Sasquatches.
no,
Yeah, I was gonna
Alf.
say.
That's a protected class.
How
I
dare
want a
you
cartoon
sexually
manatee.
demean the manatees?
Oh, that's awesome. That's what I'm going with.
I didn't see that. Where was that? Oh, the
More like man lacatees.
Oh.
I'm here all night, folks.
I feel so bad. No, I don't.
We're going
I know.
since we're just gonna piss off YouTube. You guys want to
I
take?
thought that's what the stream was about.
You guys want to take a look at what Etsy's been doing?
Sure.
Yeah.
What?
You didn't see this fractured?
I don't know.
So,
Oh dear Lord.
Oh God. Yeah.
What is
so here's something you could purchase children's
Oh,
overalls
no.
for $35,000 on Etsy.
Yeah.
what
Huh,
the
that's
actual
expensive.
They're a really nice pair of overalls.
Wait,
You could also buy this digital download
That looks AI generated.
image of this AI image.
Mm.
The pizza mega file is encrypted and ready to go for the small price of $4,000. And there's only one left, so you better hurry.
Well, there's always one left on it.
It must be an NFT, right?
Definitely, totally an NFT.
There we go.
And then here's a picture of just some random ass pizza for $9,000 that you can get, and another AI generated
God.
for $4,000.
Sick.
Very
I'm
sick.
sensing a pattern.
Oof.
I'm sensing
I
a
was going to say
pattern.
something. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it.
This sounds like that Wayfair cabinet thing.
Yes.
That's exactly
Wayfair's
yeah.
got what I need.
So
It's like the worst Sears catalog ever.
Look into Etsy myself, but I guess it's been reported that they have taken all of these down now. So
Of course they
Good.
did.
there's that. And you know what? To be fair, I don't blame Etsy entirely.
I blame
Um,
Etsy.
It's
Well,
I
weren't
mean,
those Facebook
There's only
links?
so much you can.
Facebook
monitor.
didn't do anything about it.
Right,
Etsy did.
Facebook never does.
That's
Yeah.
the thing. How do you find
Are you
these?
saying
To the
something-
Facebook links.
What are you saying about Facebook?
Oh,
exactly what
they-
the
It's
state of
run by a
New
weird
That is filled with
robot.
PDF
No,
files.
Commander Data is a wonderful person.
And he lets PDF files on his platform.
He's fully functional. Ask Tasha Yar.
Tasha Yar was a hoe.
No.
Yeah, she slept with Data.
Not just Data, but
Oh, that's true. She had a rough life.
Okay, so we've hit the hour mark on the dot. Should we get into the spiciness?
Is the
Wait,
manager
whether or
goes
not
there.
we're
Wait,
buying
spicier than
Wait.
this?
You
was gonna
mean
say-
we
Wait,
weren't
weren't we
already
already there?
I know.
Well, yeah. Well, okay.
I could have gotten
This-
really
this
spicy.
is more spicy because I can see a lot of differing in opinions on this subject.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
fair point.
And I think that this could be a very interesting conversation. And that's why I invited everyone here. So
Here's got
Oh,
what I
the
need.
quartering has I didn't bookmark any of his tweets or anything, but the quartering has been going off on Sean Dawson, whatever his fucking name is.
Shane Dawson.
Shane Dawson,
Shane Dawson.
which is
Listen,
an
I don't-
entirely separate issue, honestly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who
I will
is
agree.
he?
I
Yeah.
think that is what we have the problem with more with.
Well, but
Who-
okay.
Well, it depends on who you are, but
So
yeah.
for the Shane guy, I don't want to talk about him. He's a fucking weirdo. Never
Okay.
been a big fan of him. And then the quartering takes it to a different level.
Yeah.
But then also he had another tweet where he said he doesn't agree with surrogacy at all. And so I
Yes.
kind of want to talk
It's
about
not just the quartering; it's a lot of people that.
No,
have
you're not
this
wrong.
issue.
You're not wrong. But the quartering, for me, the quartering has definitely been the one most vocal that it just
Yes.
won't leave me alone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's fair.
Yep.
But so I just wanted, so what I've got here is I've got the great health website that everyone should go to whenever you're feeling any sort of sickness. Make sure you go here and then we'll tell you what's wrong. with
Vanity
you.
Fair.
WebMD.
Oh, so
Shit, we have cancer.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
die.
exactly. We all have cancer.
C.
Is there not a better way to do this? I don't like how Restream makes.
You can't
Try
make
to
it
see if you can
bigger.
see if you can make the content bigger or the gallery bigger. They call it sometimes.
There
you
Oh,
go.
There we go.
Perfect.
They call this picture-in-picture for some reason. Hey, could someone get the man
Well,
tits
the
off
big
screen?
pictures and the little pictures, or the little pictures
got
and
you,
the big
Stephanie.
pictures. So that kind of makes sense.
So this is just I did a quick simple Google search just so that we could establish a baseline of what is surrogacy. And we're here at WebMD. What is the surrogate mother? There are two kinds. Traditional surrogate, it's a woman who gets artificially inseminated with the father's sperm. They then carry the baby and deliver it to you for your partner to raise. A traditional surrogate is a baby's biological mother. That's because it was their egg and that was fertilized by the father's sperm. Donor sperm can also be used. And then gestational surrogates, a technique called in vitro fertilization, now makes it possible to gather eggs from the mother, fertilize them with the sperm from the father, and place the embryo into the uterus of gestational surrogate. So there we go. We now know we've got the baseline. There's two different kinds. Do you guys see a difference between the two different kinds as far as
Yes.
I don't know?
Oh, yeah, very
ethically
different.
or
Yeah.
anything?
Yeah.
Very
Yeah,
different.
Very different. Shane
Yeah.
Dawson did the second one, I believe.
Yes, because
Yeah.
they both have their own kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's usually.
And then
Wait,
what
no,
did they
no, no,
do
no.
with
Yeah,
the other
No,
one?
no, he did the first.
They did the first one because they don't have a woman.
Right. Like
Oh,
Well, but
yeah.
you can always get an
Like-
egg other place. So
But
if
True.
me and my life partner, because of our age, could not have kids, but we, wanted to have a kid, and we combine egg and sperm to put in someone
But
else,
the-
that's a second.
he created multiple embryos and they chose the one they wanted, and I don't
Well, that's
know
a
what they
little
did with
eugenic.
the
Yeah.
ones they didn't
You know
want.
what? So like that's
They'll
gonna happen.
save them
That's
and
gonna happen on
possibly
both
use
sides
them
of this.
later.
Check.
I thought they terminated the ones that they didn't want. Like they
lot
went
of
through a
time-
number of them.
A lot of times they will keep them frozen, and then you can also donate those embryos to other people who want children. There was a embryo that was
What happened?
fertilized in 1992 that was just born like I don't know a few years ago or something. I guess
Yeah,
they,
that's true. They keep them in deep freeze.
the mother
Yeah.
that birthed the child was they were like fertilized. Her and the child were fertilized around the same time, but
There's
is
actually been some
evidence.
legal cases, I think, about fertilized ova between ex-husband and ex-wife,
Mhm.
arguing about
Absolutely.
what to,
Who owns
if it
it,
could be
yeah.
used. Like the ex-husband's like, "No, you can't use it," and this is when they were married. There was a specific case that I remember. I don't remember the names, but there are those type cases.
Didn't Elon Musk get into one of those discussions?
I don't know what the hell Elon does.
There's also
I just
been,
remember seeing on Twitter.
there's also been cases where the gestational surrogate decides to keep the child.
Yeah.
And they have like every right to. They usually win. It's crazy.
That is
It's-
crazy.
So on what grounds do they usually win on?
Hold on.
Because
Wait.
they're technically the mother. Like,
Wait,
I mean,
right.
not
Don't they
genetically.
sign
no,
a
wait,
contract?
hold
They
on.
go into a
Hold on.
contract.
their choice.
Okay, hold on. Let
Wait,
the
no.
lawyer speak.
So when you say, all right, again, this is legal terminology. This is terminology scientifically. When you say, we're talking two types of surrogacy here. So the second one would be the true mother and father, the true couple have basically an in vitro child given to someone to raise. That is not that person's child. But the first one involves the father's sperm with the woman who's carrying the child. Now, there's another type, I would say, which is a woman who is pregnant by someone completely unrelated to mother, father, or whatever partner, who's just having a child and wants to give it up for adoption. I think that's more what Pinky's talking about.
No,
because
there was a case that I don't remember exactly the details, but there was a mother and a father, and they went with surrogacy. So it was the mother and the father's sperm and egg. The woman was carrying their child. They did genetic testing or something like that, and it came up with something, and the parents wanted to terminate, and the gestational surrogate refused and ended up keeping the child and won like the case and everything. But there's been other cases where they changed their mind and they ended up keeping the kid too, and the parents were like devastated. I would have to look.
I think that's where they're adopting someone who's not related. Like that. I'm going to go the example of Friends. So when Chandler and Monica wanted to have kids and they found out they couldn't have kids, they looked for someone who was going to have a kid and didn't want to keep it. That I think is the situation.
That's adoption, but I'm talking about a gestational surrogate carrying a genetic child on both sides.
I'm having a problem with.
I've seen it. I've seen articles about it.
Yeah.
This sounds.
I don't.
At that point, it's whichever lawyer is more convincing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, there's those cases also where they'll just abort the child for maybe a genetic thing, and it starts. I mean, the problems. Some of the things that concern me about this whole process is it's borderline eugenics in some instances.
Yes.
You're designing children, and it's not only just borderline eugenics. And the quartering is the quartering on this one, and he goes a little too crazy.
Yes.
But there's this it's something exclusive to the very wealthy. I couldn't afford to do something like this. Nearly everyone in this chat, short of maybe Brad, probably couldn't afford to get something like this done. Maybe even a little pricey for Brad as well, not to mention the next 18 years. But it's basically it comes off sounding in a lot of ways, and you see a lot of these reports about abortions or terminations and a lot of these embryos being destroyed because this thing, or maybe even it comes down to sex where they'll abort it because we wanted a girl, so give us a boy.
That's what Shane Dawson did.
Yeah.
China was that way.
And the whole thing smacks to me of cheapening of human life. Like you're cheapening what a human life is. I understand the very rare cases of for family and for instances for parents who can't do it. And there's a lot of moral gray area on this subject. I don't deny that. But what Shane Dawson did, what a lot of people do, what celebrities have done, what has made this popular and prolific, and what, frankly, the medical industry has done to promote it, it smacks of just cheapening what a human is and how we're all created.
Yeah. And also
Jeremy, what were you going to say?
I was like, wait, Shane Dawson did the whole abort the babies till he got the ones he wanted?
No,
there's a video out there.
Multiple eggs.
Yeah,
yes.
There's a video
so
out
they
there.
are embryos. They had embryos to choose from, and they chose the one they wanted. And his boyfriend or his husband cut him off from saying what they really did with the other ones.
They had enough people to where you basically were
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
so you
weird.
can only
I've
kind of
got
So
a-
now,
I've got a-
admittedly,
No, I'm the one that has.
wait. There is. It's not, even with the advanced we are. It's not an easy thing to do. Out my understanding, not a completely easy thing to do. Just like you just can't put sperm and ovum together outside the uterus and just like have it happen. There's still a lot of science that has to go on, a lot of stuff that has to go on. And I'm not saying anything. I mean, like, I can understand like having multiple options and not like saying I don't want it because of blue eyes, but it's just like this one won't work, this one will work.
Mhm.
My understanding is you have to try multiple times to get a viable
Yeah.
what
To
will
be
be a viable
fair,
child.
Even my understanding of how some of this works is there is processes to basically say if you combine these two right here, you can get like blue eyes, blonde hair, stuff
yeah.
like that.
There's definitely
There's that,
eugenics.
but
Yeah.
that wasn't what was going on
Designer
with this
babies.
particular situation. This particular, so like they've got like, we'll say 10 embryos, right?
Mhm.
And they're able to rank them with how like their odds of succeeding.
Viable. Yeah.
Yes, viable.
Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't like that word. But I just didn't like that. So they'll rank them by that. And so they chose the two most viable.
Most likely to
Yeah.
develop into a baby.
Yes.
And even that just it smacks of weirdness. But then there's
Yeah.
the other issue I kind of take with this one is, especially with like the likes of Shane Dawson and some other people far creepier than him, that who I mean, if you look up these reports, some of them the quartering talked about of actual people who were
Yes.
pedophiles using this system
That
to
happens
with
basically
straight people too,
circumvent the adoption system. Like
Yeah.
the screening
I
system.
think we should let Dermy state his argument first.
I just don't like the term of it being buying babies, essentially, because there are the good people that want to do this for justifiable reasons. They can't have kids or anything like
Mhm.
that, and they
Yeah.
want to have a family. It feels like you're cheapening it for their experience and stuff like that. Now, I get that there are the vile individuals like Shane Dawson that I know nothing about, and now my ADHD and all that stuff is like, you know what? I want to go dig into this guy, and that's against my own better judgment. But I want to dig deep
gets
into all
dark.
this stuff.
Well,
Yeah.
But I'm sitting here and I just can't get over the idea of buying babies, because like there's decent families out there that do this system to get children. I believe this is what Dave Rubin did. It would love him
and
or hate
that's
him.
exactly
You
that's
can't-
what happened with the quartering. That's
It's-
where things went bad for the quartering.
Love
he
Dave
came out-
Rubin or hate Dave
Yes.
Rubin, you have to sit there and admit Dave Rubin will give his kids a good life. Now there are the individual virtue signaling people like Shane Dawson and Butt Gig that are doing it just to virtue signal and say, "Oh my God, we have a family now. Oh my God."
Well,
But then
Dave-
you look at
Yeah.
Pete
Dave
Buttigieg
Rubin
was in a
situation,
freaking
like-
hospital bed.
yeah,
Dude,
Yeah.
they did the same thing Shane Dawson and his
Mhm.
Yeah, they did kind of.
Now,
So
I
there's-
have a
there's
different
also-
opinion
of
on
it.
that.
that's what Ian Till Death was saying.
I have a different opinion on that. They give that family their own room. It's the same thing as adoption. I had a friend that I had a couple help adopt. There was a whole situation, but they give them their own private room. Where
Mhm.
else are you going to sit? You're going to sit on the bed. So, like, I get
just
it.
usually
I get
care
what
like
people's
that.
arguments are, but that's
I-
where I'm
I
going to
hit-
sit if I'm comforting my newborn child, just because I didn't go through the labor.
I will
When
completely
I was in there,
acknowledge that, and like, yes, that there's a bed in there, but like these pictures are them laying in the bed looking exhausted.
Usually
So-
with a gown on.
Well, with
Yeah.
newborn
And
babies,
yeah.
it makes sense.
Yeah,
The gown
that-
thing
that's-
is absolutely disgusting.
performative.
I also
bullshit.
don't like
No,
the adopters taking the baby too early. Like it needs to be with the mother
yeah,
in the
So-
beginning.
Okay, let's
That's a problem too.
and you know what?
and-
So that's part of this conversation of surrogacy that I wanted to go over is like what kind of connection is actually developed when this baby is in the womb with even who may not be the mom because it's not the mom's egg, but yet they were with this person nonstop for 9 months
yeah.
with their heart
Well, not even
and their body
That's
chemistry
crazy.
and
Yep.
everything
This
going
not
this
on.
was all
not even-
handmaid's tale.
Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
even just the baby, but what sort of connection has that? Like, I've been through this 3 times with my wife. That connection starts from the moment she knows, oh, there's a baby in me.
Doing
I'm
something.
growing a baby in
That's
me.
something inside
It's
of
in there, like, the baby like that, like your body chemistry changes. I mean, hell, your brain changes. I definitely don't even think the way I used to think when I was not a dad. Like the things I think about, the things I prioritize, the way my brain functions in general changed entirely. Which, if you look at it, there's a lot of science behind that about even dads. One, our testosterone drops by like 20% the second we start smelling a baby. It's a fact. So it comes back. Don't worry. Having a baby doesn't destroy your testosterone, man. It will come back.
Doesn't matter.
Take some supplements. I know. I'm in my 40s.
Work out, take some supplements,
exactly.
Send the kid off to war.
You connect with it and you feel things.
Yeah.
I just want to point out something that Dermy said about, buying babies. I understand the colloquialism, but at the same time, what I want to say is, like, I think there's a difference when someone, a couple, gay or heterosexual, is using surrogacy because they actually want a child. They want to have a child together, and physically they can't. And they provide financial support for the woman that is carrying the child. I think that's different than saying buying a baby. I think that is.
Well, I'm going to push back on that some. Because and here is what I'm going to say, and it's very clinical, and it has nothing to do with emotion or anything like that. If you are giving somebody money in return for a kid, you're buying a baby. Whatever your intent behind it is, whether you are being, whether you just want a baby because you can't have one, or whether you want one for performative reasons, in the end, it is a purchase, whether or not the intent of the people are pure or not. And while that may not feel good, it's still the unemotional fact of it.
Yeah.
And from
that's not to say that's to separate out, obviously, the intent of the people. Saying that you're purchasing a baby doesn't necessarily mean what you're doing is wrong, or that you're doing it for a bad reason. It might feel bad because, unfortunately, in this world, we've been conditioned to consider any kind of purchase to be negative in many ways. So,
let me go another.
Go ahead.
All I'm going to say is I think it becomes a little different when you're dealing with people. When you say that you're buying people, I think that's when we start getting a little...
That's where I was going to go next. So so the difference in providing the medical financial support for a surrogate mother is very different than what we have with human trafficking going on.
But human trafficking is, again, a separate issue.
I think
it's buying a person. It's buying a baby.
So this is where the quartering fell apart, I think.
I totally get your point.
This is how they blur the lines. This is how they blur the lines. Making everything acceptable.
Exactly. So that's what I was saying, is that there's like, you may pay, so they may be buying or not buying a baby. You're giving this person money. That's fine, whatever. The one thing that you can't do contractually is understand what that person who just had to give that baby up is going to go through after that. It's like women after they have a divorce. A lot of women mentally, like, you can't contract for and understand how that's going to affect each and every one of these women when they do it. Yeah. Like, there's no way that there aren't a lot of women who end up very negatively affected by that, much like many women think going into abortion, oh my God, I'm gonna get an abortion, I feel fine. There are some very evil, vile people out there who are like, I had 30 abortions this year, I feel great. But a lot of women end up having a lot of remorse and postpartum depression that a contract can't cover. You can't pay for that. There's no dollar amount you can put on that. And I don't know how somebody I don't know how you deal with that. I don't know how you account
What's
for
the difference between that and, let's say, an 18-year-old girl that gives her baby up for adoption because she was
it's the
being
same.
a dumb kid?
I think it's the same.
It's the same
emotionally
stuff, but
not paying for her to go through that.
The thing with the celebrities and the surrogacy thing, would they even get this opportunity if they weren't taking advantage of women who were in a low, like very low?
No.
I think how many of these people would not have children because if they didn't prey on these
when it becomes celebrities,
but there are women who would do it for the money, whether they were poor or not. There just are. It's an unfortunate fact.
Let's be real. The Handmaid's Tale, a lot of those women would be doing that freely and justifiably, just making babies for rich people to have. That's
the other thing. The other thing, just to point out, is legitimately there are only 2 people talking the stream who understand what it'd be like to carry a child right now.
Yeah.
True.
So,
me,
and
and,
also,
me and Steve.
on
Steve has
on
a
that
food
adoption
baby
thing,
every day.
there's a lot of people that will like sign a contract with a young girl, like your example, an 18-year-old or someone who is going to have a baby, but she doesn't want it, and she's going to give it up for adoption. But at the last second, like what
Changes her mind. Yep.
Mickey was saying, she changes her
Yeah.
mind.
Yep.
And those people go without a baby after they had just taken care of her, because there's a connection that's happening there. And those young girls who thought that they couldn't do it end up being like, no, there's no way I can give this up now.
Yeah.
And that's that connection that's Professor's talking about. You know, there is that connection, and even on a father's side, there's a connection. You know, when it's
that is why a newborn baby looks so much like their dad, is so that the father
wants to stay with it. Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I can
I have
say
no connection
that
to the child whatsoever.
after a certain period of time, children will if adopted at a young age, they can actually start looking like the people that adopted them. That is that is a thing that happens.
Yeah.
What I can
Just like
also
dogs
say
look like their owners.
Nature
Yeah,
versus
in
nurture.
in some
Yeah,
situations,
mine's going
when it
gray
comes
bad,
to-
too.
when it comes to like adopting these babies at such a young age, like basically at birth, sometimes the families that have to do that are having issues conceiving themselves, and
Right.
they love that child just as equal. And
But that's the emotional point, and I understand, because people who do that, people who choose to take a child right away like that from situations in which, for example, the mother decided that she didn't want to keep it, and then she went totally through with it, or the parents died, or even to the point of using a surrogate, that is something that those parents love that child. That doesn't necessarily change the process. It does change the child's life, though, because they are with a family that will love them forever, no matter what process those people went through to get that baby.
Yeah.
I just had the weirdest memory.
Okay.
From the
You were
TV
adopted?
show Heroes.
I was about to say Brad was adopted.
The TV show Heroes. Do you remember Claire, the cheerleader, was adopted?
In the world. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I don't know why I suddenly remember this. Holy crap. So she's talking with her dad, who actually I met at Duke, because he went to Duke, and I met him during a conference. And he says, you know, they're talking about her being adopted, and he says to her, you know, you didn't grow in your mother, but you grew in our hearts. And that to me.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, that's the statement. It's like, you know, that's where it's like, the people who truly want to have children, that can't have children, you know, it's like, that is the only chance and they want to love a child. They want to raise a child, and they want to be parents, and they want to do their best to help a child have a good life. And that's why, you know, I don't think surrogacy is wrong. I don't think adoption is wrong in any way. If someone cannot care for a child and they make a decision, say, look, I can't do it, and I want to let the child go to the family, I'm fine with that. It's just the whole thing about the financial aspect of it. That's where it gets kind of murky and wonky. But it doesn't mean that the people who, you know, help financially the surrogate mother's medical are nefarious in any way, or
No, but
in any way.
No, I don't think that's.
There's just such a gray fine line. Like,
Yeah.
what the celebrities are doing, and they're like showing it off like this wonderful, amazing thing. There's
you know what it is?
trauma for these children.
It's the fact that it is celebrity, right? Because that's who gets seen. Yeah, who sees any news reports about good kids? Who sees a report about a kid who gets straight A's, helps his mom and dad around the home? No one sees that. What do we hear stories about? We hear stories about the kid that goes nuts and commits a crime, shoots up a school. That's right. That's what. If it bleeds, it leads. We don't hear about the good people, and there are a lot of good people out there. We don't hear about the people who really adopt out of the goodness of their heart, and they want to raise a child, and they just physically can't do it. So what we get is the celebrities like, Angelina Jolie. Oh, look, I adopted another baby from Africa. Oh, look at all my children. Oh, now this one's a manatee. Whatever.
No, and I don't think you're wrong with this at all. I think what the problem boils down to here is a lot of people seem to use this because one, the adoption system is broken and disgusting and
heard that.
destroyed in
Very
America. It's
Yeah.
it's a dumpster fire. I've had a couple of family members who've tried to go through it and friends, and it's a disaster area. There's what is it,
money grab.
400,000 children. Yeah, it's a giant money grab that mostly a lot of the states that run these things, you never. You have to go through such an insane amount of things that it can never really come to fruition. Whereas this is like circumventing, depending on the program, the adoption agency, the surrogacy agency you're going through, if you're going through one at all. It's just a lot of them seem like, maybe not a lot of them, but more than a few of them where a lot of this stuff seems to happen. Their process for vetting people to go through this and have children and get children from it seems to be at best broken, if not a worse money grab than the adoption centers.
Yeah.
Like, because everyone up and down the chain makes money on it. The surrogacy center makes money, the doctors, the women involved. Like, it's
even the adoption
that's not
agencies
great.
make money off of this. A lot of adoption agencies have been using China in order to get their children. And what a lot of people don't realize is China basically has baby making factories where they produce the child and then they don't touch the child. So there was a Culture War podcast episode where they were talking about surrogacy and all this stuff, and this woman was talking about how she used to work in the adoption agencies and trying to find homes for good kids and stuff, and she went over to China to basically see one of these baby factories, and all the babies are quiet the whole time. They're quiet because the reality is these babies never get touched and never get acknowledgement, so they're just laying there quiet because they don't get cared for, and that's sickening to me.
So
and that can have long-term detrimental effects.
yeah.
So
on
let's
these
go
babies
to
and-
the next step. Let's go to the next step. The next step before we hit the matrix, where children are now born outside of a womb. Where
that's coming
in a bubble. It's coming.
That's going to make some messed up people.
The Clone Wars are beginning.
Yeah.
So and this gets into like a lot of religious, spiritual stuff. You know.
Oh, but even past that, the biological. The fact of the matter is the connection between a mother and a child and how the human body serves to incubate a child is, and yes, I know that's some very clinical language, but you have to be if you're going to talk about it without getting all emotional and shit. But the way, I mean, you have part of a development is hearing that mother's heartbeat or feeling it, even feeling the way it courses through between the two of them, the way she moves, all of that. The idea that we are anywhere close to a place where we can incubate a child and replicate any of that is it's ridiculous. We are not. We're not that close to that. We can definitely create a child and put it in an environment and continue for it, and it will grow and create a thing that could be called a baby. But in the end, because it is lacking all of those important developmental things before it comes out, it's not going to be an actual person.
Yeah.
And I think that actually mixes the spiritual.
What kind of person will that be?
Well, I was saying I think HorrorAmorata is right and wrong at the same time, but then Brad brought in the spiritual element. It will be a human being, but it won't be a complete human being, if you get what I'm saying. Because one of the aspects that make a human are these little moments, and for lack of a more spiritual term is what I'm going to go with. Is a soul. Can you actually produce a soul in the lab? Can you actually?
That's what I mean.
No.
Oh, but I mean that depends on where you think where the soul comes to be. Does it come at the meeting of an egg and a sperm, or does it come sometime after that? In which case, growing in the womb wouldn't necessarily impact the idea of where a soul comes in.
So,
but
the spiritual again, God. So, does God go to the Matrix? Is God creating that? That's a spiritual question. And that when this happens, because look, it's going to happen.
So that's how I kind of feel about the surrogacy thing. Is like it's a little too close to dabbling, playing being God.
Yeah,
I think
humans
we
have always
begin to
strived for that.
I think we begin to see more and more as we start to move more towards the unnatural world. We start to understand how science went out of whack and why we had the Dark Ages. Because I think we just are kind of seeing even now history repeating itself at times.
Because even
things go out of people always get out of line. You look at it as having too much power.
Yeah,
and going
or man becomes a god.
Yeah, man becomes God. God becomes man. Whatever. It's
the machine.
Yeah. And I think there may be eventual kickback like we've seen in the past, but this could be a very different situation going in because yes, like I said, like
all right, well,
the blurring of lines of what we're going into.
Well, we're venturing.
That's the point of a lot of it.
Traditionally works,
Well, we're entering into this weird area in which people have replaced religion with science and everything like that.
Yeah,
exploration.
Not even real science.
Yeah, you got that. They've
replaced it with ideology.
Yeah,
ideology, science. It's a mixture of all this
ideological science.
New religions.
Yeah.
These new religions that aren't
religious.
And I'm not going to sit here and say you need to. Yes, and I think we have seen this before. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, you need to be out there preaching the Bible or something like that. But no, as humans, we eternally serve something, and just a basic understanding of like a higher power changes the way you view the world and changes how you interact with the world, and how a lot of these people act. They don't believe that there is a higher power. So then they are replacing that with science, orthodoxy, this weird ideology, government.
It's government.
I think it is easier probably to call it an ideology because it wraps up so many different aspects of the world that they have inadvertently changed it into a religion that they don't even realize is a religion.
It's almost like an atheistic religion, if you understand the oxymoron of that statement.
It absolutely is. That's exactly what it is. That's what it's become. This is like secularism building its religious
secular religion.
Religion.
A religion without religion. Religion without true faith.
This is the thing. I don't think humans can exist, like function without something religious or irreligious as secularism.
So
I think this is how we end up functioning.
I actually just did a show earlier a couple weeks ago with Samuel about this. And he a few months back, he brought up the idea that humans can't exist without faith, and it's where you decide to put that faith is essentially your religion. And I think absolutely everyone just has this faith in something, whatever it is.
Atheism is a faith.
Yes,
it is absolutely.
Definitely.
Well,
atheism is still a theism. It is a belief in something.
Well, it's a lack of belief in a god. Your faith just goes somewhere else.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I'm also not saying that you need to believe in God per se, but you essentially just need to understand that there's something higher than you, and a lot of these people.
Yeah, there's more than yourself.
Yep.
They're putting themselves at the top when in doing so they have now.
Even the scarier thing is those people aren't putting themselves; they're usually putting somebody else in that role, an actual other person, which is even worse.
They're putting a politician or a scientist.
Yeah, religion I think is corrupt. Spirituality is
Rachel Zegler.
And
and
God.
Einstein believing in God.
Doctor Who.
So I guess according to what Acid's saying here, Stephen Hawking said there is no God, no one directs the universe. I guess he knows the answer to that now, doesn't he?
I just don't understand how scientists can learn things like if the sun was just a degree away from the Earth, it would freeze. If it was a degree closer to the Earth, it would burn, and not think that something created everything. It's crazy.
Just think about all the things you normally do. You breathing. You just moving your hand, your circulatory system. This is all randomness?
Yeah, by chance.
I mean, it could be, but we don't know.
It absolutely could be. But at the same time, whether I'm a Christian, I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe Jesus Christ existed. I believe that he was imbued by God. This is my faith. And faith is not scientifically proven. That's why it's called faith. You have to believe it. And you know what another element of faith is? Faith is sometimes doubting it. Sometimes you doubt faith. and then you come back to it. That's the
God said
test
to
of faith.
test it, yeah.
Yep.
That's the test of faith.
It's a consistent process in life. You're always going to go through these phases of
Yeah,
strong
like,
faith and
why is it-
light faith or
yeah.
less faith and doubt.
Right.
Even from a scientific standpoint, if you think about this, what in the hell makes more sense, that all of this actually randomly happened, or that it was by design? Occam's razor. What is the easy?
Mhm.
What is the simplest solution here?
Yeah.
Whether you believe, the whole like, oh, like there's a big guy sitting on a throne with a beard. He's doing no. Look, whether you call it God or not, in my opinion, we call God, Allah, whatever, Buddha, because we do not, as humans, have the capability to truly understand what is going on beyond the planet Earth. Our minds are so small, we cannot understand the vastness of reality, multiple universes.
Exactly.
There is a power that created things somehow. It's just we can't figure it out. Does that mean God is like directing our lives? No, because I also believe God gave us free will. God gave us the ability to make our choices.
And I think there's a lot to be said for the idea that because we can't understand things outside of this world, that's why the U.S. government doesn't tell us about the aliens they've met.
Oh.
Yeah. Fourth and fifth generational. Hey,
Except
Well,
when
let's
they
be
make
serious.
them out of
That would
paper
mess up
mache
a
in
lot of shit.
Mexico.
you know,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
the,
But that was
Aqua
cake.
Elf.
That alien was
that
a cake. Here,
Oh my
but going back
Oh,
to
I
the
think we have
soul
different
thing,
definitions of cake.
No, it wasn't an actual cake.
going back
Fancies
to the
don't have
soul
cake.
thing. I remember I was watching Tim Pool because I find him an interesting dude and he has interesting guests.
Mhm.
He was saying that there were people who do not have an inner monologue.
Dude, that trips me out. I have
Oh,
a
that's
friend
scary.
like
That
that.
I find
Has
that so
anyone
weird.
ever heard this?
Yes.
I
Yes.
have actually met people who say they don't have an inner monologue.
I would
Same.
like
It
to meet
trips
these people
me
because
out.
I can't get mine to shut the fuck up.
I know.
Same.
I am
Ecstatic,
like,
exactly.
I'm
Yes,
overthink-
please. Oh my
constantly.
God.
like I'm
Constantly.
All I
driving
do is
down the
overthink all
road
day.
and I'm like going through things in my mind and it's like there's a song on the radio and in my mind I'm like, oh, here's something I want to do with the comic. Oh, no.
Brad,
I'm like, constantly
I have
thinking.
like 50
Have you-
things
have
going
you
on
ever
in my
made
head
it-
at once?
have you ever made it all the way into work when your inner monologue was so fucking strong that you don't know how you actually got there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you,
that's
No,
the
wait.
thing.
Where I used to
Yes,
live.
you go on
I d-
autopilot.
Yes.
Yeah,
I was
I
wondering if I ran a red light. It's kind of
I don't know
when,
how
when
I'm
I was in
alive.
high school. Oh, wait. I have a red light story that made me believe in God.
Oh
I have
God.
a red light story that made me believe in God. So I was at an intersection near the mall in Tampa, and it's like it comes off the way the highway is. There's a lot of people that run off there very fast, and my light turned green, and I actually remember this. I'm like, I want to go forward. I want to go forward, but I physically could not move my leg. I was stuck. I could not move my leg. And at that time, which I would have turned immediately coming as the guy ran the red light.
Oof.
That I'm like, wait a minute. I wanted to go, but I could not go. I could not physically press the accelerator. And if I did, I would have been T-boned totally. And like that to me convinces me something's out there. Now, whether this is directing my life or not, whether this is pure spurious accident, I don't know. But that's the type of thing. Like when I have a memory of like, I actually remember my dead grandfather visiting me the year after he died. I don't know if it was a dream. It seemed very real. But there is something out there. And you go see Alex Jones. He talks about fourth, fifth dimensions, whatever. To think that we are just physically this, no, it can't be. It can't be. I don't believe that.
Oh yeah, that's all. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, I feel
theoretical and stuff. And I like that's
why I think
for me and my views on how everything works is it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter, and you just got to do what you got to do. Like I don't try.
No,
to,
I'm just curious.
There's something higher than us. That's what I know.
Yeah,
I think
I
it's
think
God.
Einstein was like trying to.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think a religion has destroyed a lot of people's faith too, because there's these cult.
Hold
I don't know
on.
who that is.
I think that's Savage Dad.
Yes, I was.
There's all these cult religions that brainwash people. And then when people get out of it, they kind of go completely the opposite way. I was raised in what I would call a cult. And I have some religious trauma. So I'm kind of on the, what is it? Not so much atheist, but the theist. Like I believe there's something there, but like agnostic. Thank you.
Well, if you were in a religion, did you at ever point, if not still, believe in the Bible, or did you just enjoy being in the religion?
I never enjoyed. I was born into it.
Oh, okay.
So you
Did
didn't
you ever
care for
believe in the Bible?
I was raised in the Mormon religion, so it's.
I was
very,
literally about to say you were a Mormon.
You didn't have.
It was very male dominant, and women's job was to get married and have a bunch of babies and.
The good old days.
Brainwash, and that's not how I'm going to teach my daughter. Like her only purpose in life is not to just pop out babies and
repeal the
serve a
19th.
man.
Wait, what?
You know?
What?
You didn't get to learn about COBOL and stay around for all the Cylons to attack. And so my family was, well, not my family. Like I wasn't raised in the Mormon church, but my father was one. He left when I was young, but I was raised around it a lot. And yeah, I mean, I was going to say, you're in Arizona. You were raised in a semi-religious cult. Somebody didn't believe in the word of Joseph Smith.
Yeah, wait, Joseph Smith, who married people's wives and married children.
Wait, oh, dude, that whole
the new Bible was just in Nevada.
And what that religion's only like maybe just over 100 years old. Like,
yeah, I know. It's sci-fi Christian fanfic, is what it is.
Hey,
but
Kwanzaa just came about in the 70s.
If you read about a place called Colorado City here in Arizona, if you want to be like grossed out and disgusted, go read about that for a minute and just like. So yes, what Pinky you say, believe me, the things that popular major religions have done I mean, even the Catholic Church and their lack of ability to prosecute PDF files or to excommunicate PDF files, they've shot themselves. It
happens in the Mormon religion too.
So, oh, it absolutely does.
They protect them.
They're very different.
They've got whole forts and cults, though.
Wasn't there that family in the Mormon religion that ended up having one of their kids doing stuff to other little kids?
Probably.
Used to be
that was
17.
No, that's the different religion. They weren't Mormon.
Oh.
The 1750
the
calendar or
Duggars.
9. They're different. I don't know what their religion is, but they're not Mormon.
Oh.
If you attend a religion
they live on a
and they don't use the Bible, do not go there. That's all I gotta say.
But the
Mormons kind of use
the Bible.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
The
Bible. They use the Bible.
They use the Bible and they add more to it.
No, they add to it. They have their book.
They add on.
They have a book of Mormon,
but
they also use the
Bible. It is not the King James.
It was written by
it is.
The guys who made South Park, right?
This is getting into an area that I used to be told is you don't talk to your friends about two things, religion and politics, and I think we're getting very
that's
deep.
all we talk about.
Well,
Android and iPhone.
This show gets political, and you know what? It gets spiritual too. It gets really spiritual in the after show sometimes. Like,
and I don't think that,
especially when we start taking off our shirts and rubbing up against.
It's actually you don't.
I'm leaving at that point. Just for the record.
That's all digital. It doesn't count.
Same here. I'm not.
It's actually you don't talk to your friends about three things. The third being your choice between iPhone and Android.
Android all the way, baby.
Android.
Yes.
Yes.
Had one.
Horror. Yes, I knew that I
like
horror.
There's many arguments that have started with that.
I had my friend's 9-year-old over. She asks me, "Do you have an iPhone or an Android?" And I told her I have an Android. She goes, "Why?"
I've had an Android my whole life, and I've recently switched to iPhone. And there's pros and cons to both.
There are.
As a 20-year veteran of the IT industry,
finally we agree on something, Paul. Jeez,
iOS is the Fisher Price of operating systems.
Hell yes! No wonder we get along. Fuck.
And I've
told my mother that because she has
Fisher Price is awesome. I love little people.
That's the way she wants it too.
Before little people became another thing.
Yes, I remember.
When
Little
you're
people.
old, you want simple. Years ago, I suppose. If your parents need a new phone or your grandparents need a new phone, you get them an iPhone.
Yeah,
and you don't have
my
to do
grandma.
You order
one of them.
You order one of the ones that have the Lifeline or I hope I fall and I can't get up.
Life alert. Yeah.
Life
Life
alert.
alert.
We mentioned
The
Fisher
giant
Price.
buttons.
I kind of miss the Fisher Price toys. Those used to be cool.
Fisher Price
I
toys were
know, the
awesome back in the
keys.
day.
With the little,
When we-
Plastic
the
keys
Yeah.
that
little
kids
people,
didn't
not
like.
Yeah, the
not
little
like,
people. The little, yeah.
If
little,
They still have
Oh, I
them.
remember little people.
do they call them little people now, or is that offensive? Is that
I
okay?
do.
I don't know.
Little
They're called
People was a
little
great
people.
toy. I remember little people.
They still
They're
have
called
them.
midgets. Thank you very much.
I got my
Oh wait,
friend.
no,
of
they're
a
called
cat.
magical
I got
beams.
I
I'm
got a
sorry.
laugh out of horror. I'm happy.
So we've
magical
gone
beings.
on quite the tangent from this surrogacy
Jesus
thing, and
Christ.
imagine that going on talking about the conception of human life and it leading to something
Religious.
more than that. More
To
of
wrap
Fisher
what
Price
comes
toys.
from
Well,
all that.
because
I mean,
thing, I
I
think
I don't
Yes.
know
a
how
lot
a
of us.
conversation like that would end up,
When
but
it-
I
Oh,
do
yeah.
want to talk about a point Fallen Angel brought up a while back. And he was saying also to point out that there's a variation of this that has gone on for years and no one bats an eye. Sperm donors and sperm banks. The moment we as society touch a room, everyone loses it.
I will say there's
Yeah.
a really good reason for that. It's a
I
lot
think I'm
easier for a man to
sorry.
part with his sperm than it is for a
Yes.
woman to incubate a baby.
we're already doing it
And
for
it's
free,
not
all
an
anyways.
over my
embryo
room.
at that
And,
point.
and so there's
Don't
that.
use that
Jackson,
blue light.
all
Don't
of
turn that
bacon
light
in
on.
there.
Don't turn that
There's
light
that.
on.
And I will say everyone who goes to the sperm bank is a fucking moron.
Is that
Because
also
it's
societal
not-
conditioning?
Yeah, hasn't there
Going
been
to
cases of like
China.
people finding their dads from the sperm through the sperm bank and like suing them and shit?
It was a Family Guy episode.
Yeah, if you go to the sperm
Oh,
bank,
was it? Okay.
you're
I thought it was
liable for
based on
child
something
support.
real though.
Wait,
You
what?
Probably
What?
was.
You can be, yeah, you can be found liable for
Yeah.
child support
See,
if you.
If you
donate
don't
your
mind,
sperm
I have to
to a
go
sperm
talk to the
bank.
person.
See,
I'll be
maybe
right
I just
back.
was like thinking, I'm gonna go do this. I'm gonna go make some money off of this, and I saw the Family Guy episode, and it probably made me look up an article back in the day. I'm like, all right, well, fuck, I'm not gonna do that.
Oh
There's
yeah, no,
probably
they're
there's probably a story out there where some guy went to a sperm bank, donated, and then 20 years later, he's at a damn strip joint, and the girl dancing there is his daughter.
I
Oh,
don't
I'm sure
remember.
that
That's-
happens.
I don't
Oh,
remember if
But you want to know
absolutely.
something grosser? There's a very good chance where some guy has gone and donated to a sperm bank, and then his daughter and his son get together
Oh.
later on.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I feel like this is
I
a
don't re-
MTV show.
I don't remember if you
I mean,
guys
now
had
MTV,
it
not when they used to
here.
do videos.
It's happened.
I don't remember if you
I've
guys
heard
talked
about
it
that
here
happening.
before I joined or whatever, but there was a guy in Switzerland who actually had to be barred from ever producing a sperm bank again, going to sperm banks again, because he has fathered over, I think, 16 different kids in the sperm bank system, or it was more than that.
That
He
was a
got-
movie.
It
That
was
was
actually
turned
a
into a movie.
story this year.
Yeah, it
It
was
was
it was a story. And to answer your question,
Vince Vaughn
Shaq,
was
no,
in
I
that
could
movie.
not
No.
hear the dog snoring.
Thank you.
Oh, I thought that
I
was
also
just
feel
me
like
farting.
this is turning into Boys from Brazil as well.
Wait, there's.
If anyone remembers that movie.
Mm-mm.
I'm happy I'm young because
Oh,
I'm
God.
very worried to know what this is.
What the hell is going
Yeah.
on? Why my monitor keeps shutting off every like 10 minutes? It just flashes. I don't
You
know.
might need to
Does
move
that
your mouse.
wait? Do you know what the Boys from Brazil is?
Well, no, it's just the one.
Okay,
And the Boys
it's
of Summer have
basically the
gone.
Fourth Reich,
Oh, okay.
genetic creation of the Fourth Reich.
Mm.
Oh.
Mhm.
It was a movie in the late 70s, I think. Yeah, where they were basically cloning Nazis. I'm sorry, Yahtzees, whatever the term is.
There are a
National
lot
Socialists from
of
Germany.
Yahtzees
Can
around
you,
the
can
world.
you
It's
highlight
crazy.
Fallen Angels thing there real quick?
Well, this last one.
Yeah.
Conclusion: wombs are important. Men,
I think
men.
I think
are-
it's different though.
It's
very different. I mean,
I think
for one, there's way more sperm than wombs.
there's that,
I
and
mean,
also
they-
at the same time, like men can continuously produce sperm
Yeah.
until they basically die.
Yeah.
Women have.
I mean,
a
they may
limited
not
amount of
swim
time.
as well, but
There's
And they're
theories
there.
out there. There's theories
Ovens
out there
don't
that
last
people
forever.
think that men are just supposed to be making babies all the time.
Yeah.
Like with
We're
anyone
also-
who's-
Hey,
there's-
those freaking retirement homes and everything. That's where STDs fucking live. Because men.
oh my
constantly
god, do you want to talk about the villages down in Florida?
No, thank you.
God,
I don't. I
villages
really
in
don't.
Florida?
No.
Holy shit.
Do
Well,
they
I
all
think-
wear cheetah print?
Go,
That's-
go
Hey,
Google villages
but
STDs.
no,
These
I'm
old
curious.
people
though. I
are
know it's a
fucking
fictional
crazy.
character.
Oh, dude,
How
no,
old was
Sun City
Cotton
here in
Hill when he
Arizona
had
too, dude.
son?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Arizona. Yeah, that's a retirement
Dude.
spot.
So many retirees here. They would do it in the parks out in Sun City. I
Oh,
live on
God.
the west side, so there's some old people.
There's
They
some
get into some
randy
shit,
ass
man.
old people.
Well, to be
What
fair,
else are you
they
gonna do all
know
day?
that they're either shooting blanks or the other one can't get pregnant, so why not?
Yeah.
And,
They're
and
not-
you know what? Also on this, like, so I see where Fallen Angels coming from. Men do have a value, but
Oh,
the
very
men that
much.
choose to go to the sperm bank and just donate, they're not looking to offer any value. They're looking to get paid.
Yeah.
They're not
Well-
looking to actually be a dad. There's a big difference there. Now, the men that actually there's also the men that are sperm donors that don't even go to the bank, right? They're the ones that they're the ones that have they're the ones
Where
that
is
have
Steve?
the one night stands and everything, and they have no interest being a dad, and so they also have no value. The real men that have the value are the ones that stay, and the ones that want to have the family, and the ones that want to be the dad and participate in everything. So, and those dads, those men do make that sacrifice, right? They put
It's called
they put
being
those
it's called being
they
a
put those kids
dad.
ahead of
Yep.
themselves.
Being a parent.
Yeah.
Yep.
I never saw it as a sacrifice. Really, it was just what I was always going to do.
Yeah, it's something.
I
It's kind of like something
Yeah.
you want to do.
Well,
right?
all right. So
I
so
also
that
see-
goes to a recent term which I just learned. Apparently, I am. It's called a dink.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Oh,
I see a lot of people really mad at those people. I find it amusing.
I first off, I'm like, well, at least I know what to
hey,
call.
they're not in the gender pool.
Double
I know-
income, no
at
kids.
least I can call, my girl
Most
something now.
dinks
We're
don't
dinks.
want to have kids and
apparently.
everything. and
Oh,
like that.
actually, we're
Hold on.
technically
Jeremy,
dink
you're real
wads.
quiet.
Who?
Jeremy, you're real quiet. You were trying to say something.
Am I quiet?
You were a little, yeah. You were, yeah.
I was probably too far away from
Oh,
the
yeah,
mic.
we
All I'm
can
gonna
hear you
say is
now.
those people are freely taking themselves out of the gene
That
pool.
is,
I don't.
it's
I
not
don't
like
care.
I'm like I'm purposely like choosing this. It just is circumstance.
Right.
Like the
and-
people are like dinks. I'm like,
But see-
I'm a dink wad because it's a dual income, no kids with a dog.
Nice.
That's apparently what I am.
Very nice.
I remember growing up,
Congratulations.
and my parents
But-
would have those couple of friends that didn't have kids, and I thought that was weird. But you know what? They weren't weird like these people recording these videos.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
No, the difference was they didn't have the phone to record the videos.
Yeah, but
It's
they
the
weren't
other-
insufferable like
they're
that
like-
either.
Yeah, and I'm watching these videos, and they're like, "We sleep 8 hours a day." I'm like, "Who the fuck sleeps 8 hours? What are you talking about?" I'm like,
Yeah.
if I get
I was
6,
only
I'm
gonna
lucky.
do that on Saturday.
No,
I'm,
you
like,
know what
I'm
the worst
working
part
all the
about it was?
goddamn time.
There's the video. Sorry, I was gonna say there's a video that I saw of them doing this. Like, look at all this crap we're buying at the store, and I'm like, oh, good, you're gonna have indigestion and die of obesity. Like, why? Because you don't have kids, you're just gonna eat all this junk food.
Why would I
Hey,
do that?
You still
Who
eat
was
junk
that?
food with kids. You just eat it with the kids.
Well, that's
Can I
because they
steal
don't
the
eat
ones
any
you like,
chicken
yeah.
fingers, and you gotta help them.
Yeah.
Real quick though,
I got
but
real fat
Fallen
when my
Angel
kids wouldn't
is-
eat all their food.
I will say, Fallen Angel is pointing something out, whether you like it or hate it.
This one,
Men just have, not just that, but like everything that he's pointing out. Like, why aren't we talking about like the men that do sperm banks and stuff like that? Men just have different standards. Okay, love it or hate it, they're kind of just tossed aside, and usually that's just what
I
the
mean,
men
not
expect.
everyone
I would say
believes
it's
in
from-
equality. They believe in protecting women.
But that's because of like just how men are. I don't
We're
know how to
protective.
properly explain it.
Not
We're protective, but also we
necessarily.
don't.
I would
No,
say
that's
it's
what
been a
people are
lot
trying
from
to tell me
social
people men
conditioning.
are.
hold on.
Yeah.
What were you saying,
What-
Fractured?
I'd say a lot of this has also been due to from social conditioning. A lot of the times that people get these weird impressions in their heads, especially when it comes to avoiding family responsibilities and stuff like that. The old dream of I'm going to go and become a rock star sort of thing. So the person gets distracted with that. They don't want to have kids. The men treats it very frivolously. This might be coming from my own personal stuff here. My own
I
politics.
think we're-
But no, but listen, look, throughout media and stuff like that, it's been this push for one side to be treated more seriously and the other to be much more expendable. And that's effectively what a fallen angel is kind of pointing out here is that yes, for women, the womb is much more of a precious thing. For
Men
men, and
are
their sperm,
expendable.
That's how
men and their
society
sperm
basically are.
is
Men are
nothing.
expendable.
It's the expendable
Yeah.
nature that
We
is
are.
man.
Mhm.
But
And
that's
all
that
part
is
of the
truth, though.
conditioning that has been going on through our media, through movies and stuff like that.
But not just media. That's how human society has
Always.
grown and everything like that. Men have always been the expendable ones.
Yep.
That's why men go out and do the hunting, do the
Yep.
wars,
Right.
do everything like that to
We
protect
build
the women and the children.
everything.
Because
But it's been
wombs are the
separated in
most
a
valuable
different
things.
ways now too, to lack responsibility. We aren't being we're removing the responsibility end to it. We are not holding ourselves to accountable for our actions and everything like that. That's why so much of this has just kind of fallen into the ways that it has. We aren't, like we've talked about before, bringing back shame and stuff like that. Nobody's watching after. No families are watching after each other like they used to. They aren't, trying to keep people with their values in line and to,
We covered that early in the
there
show
was
when
once-
we found
Yeah.
out that parents aren't teaching their kids how to wipe their own ass.
that's why the fallen society.
It's
the
not
fallen
genetic.
society.
These are that's
Well,
where
it's
the
all-
true
No, but
lines will be drawn.
It's the
When the
lack
Civil War
of
comes.
like families, parentings, and
That's
stuff
not in
like
the
that.
movie.
No, like I've brought this up before, where there was once upon a time ago, families were much more well connected, watching out for each other, staying together,
Yeah.
and helping raise
There were
each
family
other up.
dinners.
Yes,
Family
family
dinners are
dinners
huge.
and people, and even when the parents got too old, their kids took over and started helping take care of them as well. They stayed within the families and
that's why I
stuff
still
like
live
that.
at
And then
home.
the grandparents would then also still be around the grandkids.
Yeah, the
helping to raise
generational.
them.
Oh, dude, not enough
Yes.
people
Like
our
Charlie
age
and the
hang out with
Chocolate
their
Factory.
grandparents.
And I know that was certainly something like even my own mom certainly would have loved to have had as part of our family unit. But let's face it, ours was certainly part of the growing modernization of families, where it was all very split up, and also just not having that sense of, I guess you could say, camaraderie, or just that protectiveness of each other. It's very much the disposable families at this point.
I don't know where I heard
Yeah.
this
The cheapening of the family experience.
I
I do
definitely
agree with
couldn't have. We definitely could not have afforded childcare. Certainly not for 3 boys without, grandma coming there to watch them.
Yeah.
Grandmas being around to
Mhm.
watch them. I mean, yeah, we took all the advantage of the world of that when they were young, because
Well, they need that. They need a connection
yeah.
with their grandparents. That's
They
important.
need a
too.
family
Yeah.
connection. A family connection is very important for all kids developing in some ways.
Yeah.
Good or bad, you learn from it in whatever ways. But
And for the record, family's not just blood.
I'd
saying.
say it's still a
Yep.
very stronger thing, though. But
There is a strong
yes,
blood
that has-
connection, but you can form, I'm going to say, extra family connections. Like
At
my
times,
brother
yes.
and I, my mom and dad, that's my direct family. I have known people for 45 years.
Yeah.
Like kindergarten. And they are not blood, but they're my brothers. And when I meet up with them, I may not have seen him for 2 or 3 years. We fall back. It's like we were in high school. That is still a family. It's just a different family.
Mhm.
But the idea that Fracture's talking about, where family's there around you, that we don't have that anymore. But
You
again,
haven't had it for was
but that's
was
also-
always the first thing you're told.
Well-
Move out when you're 18.
Which wasn't the
Run away from your families, basically.
Mhm.
To
Yeah.
go away, to get away. And people like to make fun of the like Hallmark movie channel stuff, where it's like
When they
it's
go
like
back
very,
home.
it's very cliche. Yes, the kid left home, but they come back and rediscover their roots and the importance of that lifestyle.
importance
Basically,
of family.
yes,
Of where you
and
came from.
it's something, and sadly, that is just not as encouraged. That's why I'm somebody that also is like, and I'll say like, for me, like, I have a really close, tight relationship with my brother. I could not understand for myself like how siblings don't get along. And so like I always see it as always such an unfortunate thing when I hear like brothers, sisters, and stuff like that, they don't get along with each other. Because to me, it's such a close connection. I don't see how
Yeah.
you couldn't have that friendship, that and just that.
Steve thought that was.
I mean, I
funny.
understand, like, yeah, every family's gonna fight and stuff like that.
like
But
like my brother and I are not close. I love him. But I don't talk to him that much. We text back and forth. He lives
I
in
wish my
LA.
brother texted me.
He's the exact political opposite of me.
Well,
What's the opposite of a lawyer?
Yeah, hey,
A criminal.
it's the opposite of a conservative libertarian.
Oh,
Wait, no, let me explain. He's a television producer in Los Angeles.
Wow, that
yeah,
explains
we
a lot.
talked about him before. Yeah, yeah.
I could totally imagine your doppelganger being like a game show host.
He's got a shitty goatee.
He's got a goatee.
This reminds me of that saying, blood is thicker than water. What it actually is the blood of
the blood of the water of the womb is thicker than the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb.
Yes. So it actually means the family you make is thicker, is
stronger than the family
stronger than that you were born
into.
into. So family is really what you make it.
Yeah, but at the same time.
So we're all family here.
Because I have 7. There's 7 children in my family, and I am so much closer. Yeah, I am so much closer with my sister. One sister I'm closer to than like my older brother. Like I wouldn't say we don't get along, but we don't have anything in common. We're just very different people, and I love him, but we're just not close because we have nothing in common. I have a younger sister who we used to be close, and now she's kind of gone off the deep end, and I had to take a step back from her. The sister I'm the closest with, we hated each other for years. And then I found out it's because she was on drugs. Now she's not, and we're best friends.
Well, hey, that's funny how that works.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Don't do
know that
drugs.
feeling very well, Pinky.
So it just,
we're all family here now. So
yeah.
Great, I'll start treating you like my brother.
Does that mean I have to get you glasses of water at night?
Now that Jeremy said this, we've all got to stop and have an intervention for him.
No, it just means I won't talk to you.
Oh, good. Listen, I wish my brother actually texted me back. Legitimately, I love my little brother, but we're just always freaking busy and working, and like we just don't have time.
No, we talk occasionally. He's my brother.
No,
Yeah, I talk to my brother. We talk more in basketball season because we connect on that more than anything.
Nice.
Listen. I still live with my little sister, and she hates talking to me.
Well, at least you get to watch My Little Pony with her.
I don't want to do that anymore.
So true.
She doesn't want to be around me. Every time I go downstairs and say, "Hey, sister, how are you?" She's like, "Fuck off," and just starts TikTok.
She's like,
"How old is she?"
I would say, if you don't mind, how old is she? Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, she's in high school. No,
16,
my teenagers don't want nothing to do with me neither. They love me, but they don't want nothing to do with me.
She loves hanging out with my mom and dad. She hates hanging out with me.
That's because
she'll
you're
be friends with you
nerd.
again when she needs help with taxes.
She will be friends with you in like 10, 15 years, I promise. Like in high school, all of my siblings, we didn't like each other at all. We fought. I used to sit on my sister to then escape her because she'd attack
Why
me.
do girls always sit on their siblings? Every girl does
I had
that.
to because I was the older one and I was getting blamed for what
That's
was
what
happening.
my wife says.
I only
sit on
had a
her
brother, so I
that
can't,
she couldn't attack me,
speak on this.
and then I'd find a way to lock myself in the bathroom.
Oh shit balls!
I have boys; they just hit each other.
Yeah,
basically the same.
The same happens if you add a girl into that mix.
Yep, it was a pulling hair fight.
Sit on them.
I got in
My
one
brother and I
fight
have
as
a
a
sister
teenager
in
with
between
somebody
us.
else, and they pulled my hair, and I was like, "Girl, I got sisters."
Dude, there was a girl fight on my middle school. This girl was literally like a foot taller than her. She picked up the little one and threw her in the trash can. It was amazing.
Man, I wish I went.
That's awesome.
My high school and middle school were freaking boring.
California middle school is a literal juvenile. It's insane.
Yeah, California middle schools are juvenile.
Drug
I mean, all of
at age
that
12.
education system.
Gangs running
Go out on
around.
the playground and go like,
Exactly.
"Hey, you want to buy some?"
Every
stuff?"
time I see my son, I ask him about what fights have happened at school. There's always fights at his school. My daughter's school, no fights. My son's school,
My son says it
always
happens in the
fights.
bathroom.
Yep.
Man, the most exciting thing
Yeah.
that happened in my hometown when
There's, like,
regards
Fight
to
Club in the
kids
bathroom.
was like a few years ago when one of them tried to light the Dollar General on fire.
Oh God.
Were they high?
Yeah, we
or-
go. Wait, no, he was
man.
just being a
They
juvenile.
did a whole
kid
$500
with,
of
Oh,
damage.
his name was
family that
Kyle.
didn't care.
Okay.
Yeah, his parents really didn't care about him.
Does
But
his parents have a
it-
Jeep and a truck?
I don't know. I think
That's where
he
Kyle
came
come
from
in.
I think he came from a dysfunctional family, but he tried to burn down the Dollar General. But it's like, oh yay, we had that happen a few years ago. We're gonna go about 10 years until something else happens. So we're so boring. And then when something finally happens, it blows up. There's a kid that wanted to do some other weird stuff at my school. I'll say that much. I'm being
I did a
safe
lot
to
of weird
Static's
stuff in
channel
my
right
Oh
now
yeah,
in
'cause
regards
that's
to
been a
what.
concern for the last 2 hours.
Let's just say he wanted to do a Nashville.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we get the extreme
Those
end,
poor
but then we're
manatees.
quiet for like 10 years.
Yeah. So I just want to say this was a great conversation. I don't think we solved any problems in this world, but
It's not why we're here.
this was
Sorry,
fun.
I couldn't fix them in the first 10 minutes this time.
I know.
I'll
I
try.
know.
Glad I couldn't fix it.
We've got 120 minutes here that I try to operate
Wait,
in.
but if the world's working good, then I can't farm stands. So
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh man, what am I gonna piss Rachel Zegler off with next? I don't even know.
This gives me just
How's
more
Jeremy
incentive to
gonna
fix
afford
it
his
because
new
some
Gundam?
things don't need to exist.
I just
Hey,
want to give a
Rachel
special
Zegler is
thanks to
hot.
HorrorAmorata because she comes in and does exactly what she does. When she went in with the whole you got to look at it from the no emotion thing, perfect. I love that. Thank you, Professor Savage Dad, for coming in, being the epitome of a dad. Exactly. Yes. Like coming at it from that
I
perspective.
don't know about that, but
Absolutely awesome.
I suppose.
My
dad
panel,
season.
Kinky, thank you for being here. I don't know if Steve told you, but I said I was hoping you were available this evening.
He did not tell me, but when I saw the subject, I figured it was probably going to be me.
Okay.
Pinky week, guys.
Wait, I wanted to talk to Steve about this. I thought he would have great insight on in vitro fluoridization.
He's been on the
and-
phone this whole damn
Fertilization.
time.
Yeah, Steve probably has some opinions about it. They're probably hilarious.
Steve would have had some interesting opinions. He's only got 3 kids himself
I know, right?
and is in the middle of a wonderful thing with all of that. Thank you to
Fantastic.
Dermy. Dermy, thank you for showing up and taking some time out of your day because I know you wanted to stream DLC for the Pokemon.
Yeah, I can do that on Saturday.
Pokemon.
Put this all in.
Pokemon.
And then Shock and Brad and Fractured, thank you for just even showing up because honestly, I never know if it's going to happen.
Hey, I told you.
Actually, I thought, Shock, you weren't supposed to be here.
No, it was just the 2 weeks.
Okay. I don't. Okay.
Well, he says that
Yeah,
and he
and
shows up in the chat.
and this
anyway.
Friday he's on
Hey,
Ball
but
Buster.
you're talking about Doctor Who, and I just happen to be home.
Thank you, everyone, for being here. Yes, Steve. Fuck you. Let's
That's his little brother, folks.
Yeah, I'm glad he wasn't my little
big
brother.
brother.
Sorry, Static.
What was that?
Isn't he also
Fractured?
taller than you, Steve? Stat?
No,
He
he's
is.
not.
Oh, he's taller.
not-
Oh, he is
he's
little
not
big
taller than
brother.
you.
He's taller than me.
Is he?
Unless he's shrunk and I've grown, which I highly doubt.
How tall are you?
I'm fucking 40. I'm 6'7".
He's 6
Oh,
foot
shit.
6.
Wait,
I measured
what?
him. He's small. He's shorter than you guys. Are
I
like
haven't
almost
seen you
exactly the
standing
same
up.
height.
Holy shit.
Dang, you are tall.
Yeah, I
Both
hate
of
them
them are
both.
tall.
I'm 6'5".
That's
I'm
Okay.
6'9".
Jeremy could fit.
I'm
You
5'7".
mean 5'9"?
5'9". That's what I
5'9".
meant.
I was like,
I'm 5'9". I'm not
Lord.
6'9". I'm just
I'm just
really
5'10".
tall.
I'm just normal size.
They paid
I'm
how much for
5'9",
Brittany
Jesus
Griner
Christ.
when they can they just signed you?
I suck at sports. I can't do
Steve
sports.
is about.
I
Yeah,
mean,
but
inch
she's
that is
an
most of the
actual woman.
WNBA.
Yeah.
Steve is
Static,
about.
we'll
Griner
figure
has
this all
penis,
out in
like,
Vegas.
Everyone
I'm
knows that,
5'9".
right?
Yeah.
Just,
We'll
I'm
figure it out in Vegas. Steve is like an inch taller than me at least,
Steve
and then
makes
my
me feel
dad has
so
got me
short.
cleared by like a good 4 or 5 inches.
Wow.
I'm gonna be paying you guys to do the exact opposite surgery where the guy was like paying to get a foot taller. I'm gonna have you guys pay to get a foot shorter so I can be the tall one.
No,
Could we just super chat you?
You
to
just
put
stand
into a little
between the
Sykes
two
bar?
of them. You
Oh
stand
yeah,
in
that's
the
gonna
middle
make
of
me
them.
feel very good about myself.
Napoleon.
Dermy. Well, we've already seen Dermy as Napoleon. That was a meme a few memes
That's
ago.
propaganda.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, this is why I love
did we find out
shock.
Napoleon's like 5'8" or something, anyways, and he
So
wasn't that short.
basically, they
That's-
Yeah.
He was
they-
5'7", I believe.
5'7", which
Yeah.
was
Average.
average height.
Yeah, but he always had really tall people around him, so it made him look shorter.
You know what? That's what I
I'm-
say every time I pull down my pants. Don't worry, guys. It's in British French inches.
Yeah, French inch.
right. The French
I
inches.
don't know if that's
Frenches?
how that
French
works. but
inches.
okay.
Or is not
French
impressed with that joke.
Frenches in me bridges.
All I
That's-
know is
that's
I'm
why-
taller than Tom Cruise. That's all.
That's
that
why
I
Jeremy's
Yeah,
known
there
as
you
the
go.
Frenchman.
I'm trying to
Small
get Cora to
victories.
laugh. All I know, she wasn't impressed with that dick joke.
Sorry, that one failed.
I love dick jokes. Dick
I like
jokes.
dick
Let's
jokes.
do outros, and we're going to start with Pinky. And Pinky, I think you're just going to have to create a YouTube channel or something because I mean you're already here every week, so you
I
should
think
just start.
I have a YouTube channel, but the only thing on it is when my daughter was like 7 making slime. So
That sounds like there's many more of those videos to make.
actually, I have one, and I tried to start a
Monetize.
vlog like 10 years ago and gave up.
Yeah,
Listen, I've been
okay.
watching a lot of
I have
like
ADHD.
rises and falls of like locales and stuff like this. There's something for everybody out there. Just you gotta figure it out. Just don't go down their paths.
You live
I have
with
a
Steve now. There's
TikTok,
plenty of things
so-
you could do.
I have an Instagram, TikTok, my health stuff.
Well,
on there.
I'll tell you what. For next week, I'll have Steve give me those links, and we'll get those in the description from now on.
10-4.
Fractured, what have you got coming up this week?
That is
Crap. Saturday night Sith, of course, 4 p.m. Mountain Time. We may or may not be, depending on if I can get Hitman motivated for this. We were talking about it last week of ranking all the Godzilla movies since we've been talking about it so much, thanks to -1. Otherwise, I'm looking around and scrounging up more stuff to talk about for Saturday. Lord knows there's plenty of it. Otherwise, probably some more streams here and there for the Division. I'm gonna be probably soon wrapping up Knights of the Republic 1. And I gotta try out that.
Yeah, we can't hear.
Is it-
Oh,
You're cutting in and out a little bit.
is it just me? Yeah, I
Sorry.
can
Your,
hear.
your beard's getting in the way with the mic.
Sorry. But yeah, I'm possibly gonna be checking out the finals game. I've been seeing people playing it around.
Oh, I do
so
too. I want to play that.
Let's play it this weekend.
I might check it
Oh,
out.
can you team up? Squad up.
I mean, it's free to play and everything.
Yeah.
And I just think
Oh,
so.
let's
I
do
got
it,
it
yeah.
on
I'm gonna
PC,
get it.
so might be checking that out at some point. Otherwise, I'll be back around this time next week. That's all I got.
Awesome. Yeah, let's try and hook up this weekend with some of the finals there. I told Steve to install it in the pregame.
Oh, okay.
And then we've got Dermy making little bunny foo-foo hand puppets. What have you got coming up, sir?
Wait, I thought we were gonna go to the middle row. Oh, okay. It's my turn. I got some more Doctor Who videos because stands don't get to understand like their own logic put into practice. They keep clicking on the video and getting outraged, and I keep getting like 1K views. So might as well just keep milking that for all it's worth. You know, if you don't like it, don't watch it. Take your own advice. I'm just gonna be honest. On top of that, we got Ball Busters tomorrow night, where I got a few topics and everything. Our guests will be shocked, but I am gonna announce if you super chat $5 and up and just simply give me to a yes or no question, I will ask Grok, whatever Twitter's AI about that.
Grok.
Yes, because I paid for the Twitter Blue Premium, whatever.
I might take you up on that.
$5 and up, super chat a yes or no question. I will ask it to the goddamn thing and we'll pull it up on the screen. That's gonna start being a thing because Grok is freaking based. Apparently, it's a very pro-Trump.
Well, it can be whatever you want.
I heard it was the opposite.
Oh wow.
I
can
think
be
it depends
whatever.
on how you interact with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stop it, Elon. You're making me blush.
I
By
want
the
to
way,
play with
Shaka
Grok.
Zulu will be the guest tomorrow night on Ballbusters.
Yes.
Let's go.
I've heard the idea of what Devil wants to do for the thumbnail. It might be a live and then immediately unlisted.
Oh no.
Manatee.
Let's just say Shaka
manatees.
Zulu is a very interesting name.
It sure
Yeah,
is.
yeah. Oh,
Mm.
he's shy now.
I remember the miniseries.
Now he's black.
I'm ready.
I'm ready. Oh, that's epic. How did you get Dermy recreated so well for your
Derby left me
avatar?
here, bro. I've been waiting for him.
I'm waiting for it.
Shit, that actually looks like the Love's a few miles away.
Maybe it
Who
is.
knows that loves well?
Derby's DiCaprio. I know that place.
Is that a Bojangles? It's a Bojangles thing.
That is the Bojangles.
Oh,
That is in
I
fact a
didn't even
Bojangle.
notice the Bojangles.
This is obviously an old picture of the Loves from where I'm not too far away.
You don't know the front of it. You know the behind it. Shut the fuck up.
How else am I supposed to get in there?
And inside the trucks.
You have to go through the front to get to the back sometimes, apparently.
Well,
Very
and
awkward with me.
on
sometimes.
that lovely truck
Good night,
stop
mister.
note, Brad, what have you got coming up?
Well, first off, I have a suggestion for Dermy. In the spirit of the holiday season, you should change the name of Ballbusters to Nutcrackers.
Oh, there you go.
God fucking damn it, Brad! You had to give out the Christmas stream idea.
Oh,
Sorry.
Wah,
Sorry.
Wait,
That didn't happen. No spoiler alert.
was that a thing?
Um,
What?
It was actually a thing I was keeping secret that I was working on.
But did he
Well,
know, or did
so
he just
because
I had no idea.
Oh
You
man.
blew it.
because we spoke about that before you got on the show?
Yeah, we were just like bullshit. Like, why is it not called Nutcrackers?
Just randomly
Totally
talking
is-
about it.
Yeah.
Anyway, Brad, yeah.
No, we don't have, there's not as many viewers right now. Don't worry. No offense, Static.
on the
I
download
will
there.
eventually be getting to a Doctor Who, God almighty, Who video where I talk a little bit about the episode that helped break my soul a bit more and what it means for the future.
Doctor They
And
Them, Doctor They Them, and By Generations.
yes, by generation.
Oh,
I thought that was a
Nearly
talking
human,
regeneration.
according to
Stop
Dad's
saying
Gathering.
it.
all the
Stop
doctors
it.
exist.
Stop it.
All
No.
the
All
doctors
by
exist.
generation,
Whoa!
like two dudes
I just
docking.
don't want to hear about it
Just- I'm
anymore.
confused about it.
But on
No,
the
thanks.
positive side, Reacher's back on. I'm going to try to find some time to watch that. It's going to be a little difficult because the in-laws are coming into town.
Hoping to get one in tonight.
Got some new responsibilities with the company coming up
Jesus
this
Christ.
weekend. But otherwise, hopefully get to actually do some videos
TV
next week.
whore.
Oh, and Aquaman next Friday. Come on. Lost Kingdom time.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
Because we hate
do
Is
it.
that
ourselves.
actually coming out? Oh my god.
I'm gonna
It's
do
coming.
the exact same thing that I did with frickin' the Marvels and go yo ho ho.
I was gonna say, gonna get that free ticket.
Yep.
I don't know. I got a good drink at the last time I went. So
You could probably get a free ticket to that movie without having to yo ho ho. They're going to be giving them away somehow. There'll be an Applebee's special. You'll get them with the milkshake.
Will it do worse? We need to start taking a poll. We start a poll. Will it be worse or better than the Marvels take?
Worse.
They're still gonna be
I
up
think it'll do
against.
better. I think it'll do. I don't think it'll
I
make
think-
money, but I think it'll do better.
They're still
Oh,
up
it's not
against
gonna make
Godzilla,
money.
though.
Better.
Godzilla minus
No.
one has been crushing it. They're gonna be up against that. Good luck.
I know.
Yeah, I
True,
would go
and
see
Godzilla
Godzilla for a
minus one
second
got-
time.
And they're putting them in more theaters again.
More theaters. They just
Tomorrow.
expanded
They've
them
also-
further.
Dude,
yeah.
there are people IRL and online who still haven't seen it that are like, "Oh, I gotta go see it" because
I haven't seen it. I gotta go
Let's
see
see.
it.
Still,
one of
so
them.
many
There
people
is-
haven't
tomorrow.
seen it that want to see it.
There's
Yeah.
an Illumination children's movie coming out in like a week or two. It's not going to make a ton.
Migration.
What?
Oh my
Yeah,
Migration
there's the one
actually
with the
looks
ducks,
Animated movie?
Migration. Children's It's called Migration. It's with some animated ducks. It's from Illumination.
But there are
That's
no
Oh,
where
I've
all of-
seen that.
That's
I've
where all
seen
the
that on
money for,
HGTV.
that's where all of the rest of my theater money for the year is going. Aquaman is going to be face down with something that parents are going to actually take their kids to.
Yep,
It ain't going to do well.
for sure.
It's a great buddy cop movie from what I see.
Oh
Awesome.
fuck!
And black representation. Samoan representation. Come on, guys. What are you guys doing?
I
Same.
can use some Samosa
Shooting in a bed
representation.
representation? Come on.
What? God damn it.
Manatee representation.
I don't know. That.
What's left?
Maybe.
That's why I'm
maybe.
watching Doctor Who for manatee representation.
Oh god, I hope Jeremy
So-
uses that thumbnail.
So
I'm
has
so using manatees.
anybody here outside of myself been locked up before?
Yeah. Wait, for how long?
That means like thrown away.
Oh, then no. I've only been locked up for a
No,
night.
only for fake
Those
purposes, not for real
islanders,
purposes.
those islanders do not need representation because they fuck shit up. They fuck people up. Like,
Yeah, it's pretty
I
well
don't
known.
care. I don't care if there's 3 of them to fucking 500. They fuck shit up, dude. Like, awkward silence.
So I'm sorry.
You're welcome.
Random chat in the backstage, and I was actually working on pulling up an image for the closing out. But Shaka Zulu, what have you got going on the rest of this week?
Lots of streaming. Friday, Ballbusters. Saturday, I'll be streaming Ocarina of Time in the morning. And then 3 o'clock Central Time, we're doing the Boy and the Heron panel discussion. If you want to join, so far it's Kratos, Elgatos, and maybe Tiff. So if you want to join, and maybe Static, not sure yet, but if you guys want to join the conversation, talk about Studio Ghibli films, that's going to be on Saturday.
Sweet. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I don't do a Japanese double showing this weekend.
Nice.
Why is this being dumb? Sorry, I'm trying to save an image here.
User error.
And Miss Amorata, however it is. What have you got going on this weekend?
This weekend. Well, first tonight, I'm probably going to read some Christmas horror stories. Kind of 50-50. I need to eat some dinner before I do that and make sure I feel okay before I go into that. But that's that. Friday, I'm going to do something a little different. Last week, I kind of just popped on and asked people if they were interested to be on, and sat and talked with people for a little while. So I think I'm going to do that again this Friday. So if anybody's interested, feel free to hit me up to be there. About
What
10
time?
o'clock Mountain Time.
Okay.
And then Saturday 50-50 is I'm supposed to do Neverwinter Nights with Darylyn, but I have some inventory I've got to get done at the store I work at, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to or not. Well, the hope is that I will be able to do it. Saturday, I will be playing some kind of video game. I don't know what yet. Either Neverwinter Nights or something else. And then Monday, I do a show with my friend Starsan, and we talk about everything. Apparently, we give good tax advice, though we are not financial advisors, and mostly we talk about animals. So take that how you will.
Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, a pet show with or an
It's
animal
pretty
show?
great. I've watched it a few
Animal
times.
show. We talk about animals.
Yeah, animals. Right.
And you got to remember, people are animals. So
okay.
We talk about animals, all of the animals. And then, of course, Wednesday night, midweek hump. That's basically my schedule for the next week or so.
And also for those of you who are left and everyone on this panel, if everyone put on one of HorrorAmorata's playlists tonight and went to bed, just shut off your speakers, just let it play, help her get those hours, we'd put her a lot closer to what she is so that she can get monetized.
I'd really appreciate that. I
Everyone
think
put
I've
it
got
on
like
for the
950 hours left.
How many?
950.
So if we do that for like the rest of this week, all of us here, she could hit it.
It'd be cool to get it before Christmas.
Let's run overnight.
Nice.
I've done that a few times before. I actually fell asleep to you telling stories once when I was doing something. What was I doing? I was grading, actually. You're doing the stories thing. I was falling asleep at my desk. I got up and went to bed, and then it just left your playlist go.
I do it all the
I
time.
just started.
I've done it
playing your
inadvertently. I
live
can do it
list.
purposefully.
I just left my computer running your live.
Oh, well, thank you.
So just go. Keep going.
Way to admit you hate someone's fucking shit.
What?
So you're
he's finally
subject that
here.
you're talking about sucks ass, so I just leave it running while I go to bed in the other room.
Oh my God, Steve.
I mean, in fairness, I was reading Fables probably or Lovecraft, one of the two, so I can understand falling asleep.
Yeah,
It was also late at night.
It's a very
is late
chill
at night.
stream.
Story
Horror
time.
streams later than me.
It's story time with the HorrorAmorata.
Story-
We gotta
yeah,
go
story
to
time
sleep
before
and
bed.
relax.
Mm-hmm.
I thought
With
9
your-
o'clock at night on a
with your
Saturday was late
milkies?
for a stream.
No,
I'm
try
just
10
saying,
o'clock on a
like,
Thursday.
way to say I
Oh.
support you by not
Exactly.
supporting you. Just
I appreciate that.
Well,
Oh,
That's
here's a
probably best for me.
what I'm promoting is
Look
to
at all
get
these
people to
balders
still
hours.
forget
You could
watch
like
hours.
mine this shit. Holy crap! Look at all this balder shit.
Yeah, no, I've played a lot of Baldur's Gate. There's a lot of 7 Days to Die,
Yep.
various reading.
Yeah.
You know, tomorrow I'm expecting Horror's husband to show up at my door and kick my ass. I've seen him.
He has better
kinda
things to do. I
scares-
wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah,
I've seen him in his Ken outfit. He looks
it's gonna take a lot
fantastic.
more to get them worked up.
It's a dance off.
I feel
I've
like
seen him at the-
I feel like
You
this
should
is a
see the pictures
YouTube
I posted
video.
of him from the beach.
I mean, just because he's black doesn't mean he's violent.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
You're
Wow.
right, I'm racist.
Wow.
I got assaulted by
I
a
mean-
white guy 2 Sundays ago. Let's go. Like, that's not
Actually,
even a
Nothing
joke.
worse than white on white crime. I mean, Jesus. Plague of our society.
I wouldn't mess with Sheep. If you've ever seen him by the pool, he's pretty ripped.
Yeah.
I've posted pictures.
Oh yeah, he's done excellent pictures of sheep. And then if you get Wookiee talking about his twinkness, then you're all over it. Yeah.
All you had to say was African American, and I felt inferior. Okay.
Little woke. Little woke.
And then we have Professor Savage Dead. What have you got going on, sir? I know you've got so much cooking for the holidays.
Mostly that. I've taken kind of a break from streaming. Like I said, I have a planned live stream, a Christmas Eve night, to catch a fat old man in a red suit breaking into my house with presents. So we'll see how that goes. If anybody would like to show up to that live stream, I'll send out links to everyone. I'll send some DMs if anybody wants to pop in. I think he might even stop by and chat for a little bit if he gets all the presents put up in time. So yeah, that's my plan for kind of that. And then I think I'm going to have one more stream probably before New Year's, just because I've been so busy with work and home life that streaming has fallen by the wayside. I am, however, posting on the nightly, except for the one that didn't upload last night, beer review videos from my beer advent calendar as I try to become a better static video producer, not videos about static, but of a actual shot video, where I can actually get these videos shot, edited, and uploaded in the span of about 20 minutes. They're usually about 5 to 8 minute videos, but just me drinking a beer, talking about the beer, sampling the beer, and then throwing a video up. Just trying to get my my brain wrapped fairly well around CapCut so I can become a very quick editor in the future.
I should do static videos.
So,
And
Professor,
I mean videos on static.
No,
you said,
yeah, let's do
said,
one.
Professor, you said you're in the Glendale area.
Yes.
Hey, let's not dox each other right now.
So
Yeah.
no,
Hey,
no,
Steve, shut up.
Lock your shit up. Tweakers be Christmas shopping. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, I know.
And on that note, let's wrap this amazing,
He is not wrong.
completely random stream that has been full of all sorts of degeneracy and great conversation as well. We've covered all the bases, and just I think in a perfect way to close this out, because I don't have an outro. We're all just going to look at the great meme Dermy made.
So the
say
outro is gonna
Yes.
be Static likes my girlfriend better than me.
Well, that's nothing new.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone.
That's not hard.
Everyone
We all did.
I think we all knew that.
Everyone say bye.
Bye.
Later.